is starting to feel a little bit real. Now, which way should we have went? We're about to find out, because firing range is loading up into the search and destroy. We go. It's going to be a difficult one. X-Rock now looking just so solid. That will, of course, be 7 maps in a row here at Codm Mobile Champs. They're looking to make an 8 and 9 and advance onto the final day. Godlike still very much in their way, though, here, Brody. And a firing range that doesn't necessarily favor them, but have they got it in them? Absolutely.
Yeah, you were talking about Sunuo in the last game. Watch out for him here on firing range. He's going to be sniping the hell out of Godlike, trying to get those entry kills. Him versus the Bees, I think, is probably going to be the biggest story going in towards this one. Mara on the other side, though, inside American at the moment, just trying to provide some coverage over A, because that looks like the site of attack for Godlike here, or off the start of this game. If Fail can get this 1 kill against Q1M, that would be everything, but Fail's not certain about it. Now, have they find an escape route?
I like this from Prevail, though. Shows that he didn't like that gunfight, just advances forward. They wouldn't have expected that because he was a little bit weak. He moves forward.
Sueno needs to win this gunfight.
One does eventually get taken down, but that was a lot of pressure that would have been pushed over towards the X-Rock side. Now a bit of a switch up here from the side of Godlike. We're going to try and maybe make a move, but look at this pressure that's now just immediately come in from Nono. He's going to be in a hellish position for the rest of the team to maybe do something. Suno actually pushed up towards the woods side, so there is somebody very, very close who's going to cause issue, who is potentially going to get caught out himself. But the map is split in a weird way here, Brody, but a lot of pressure from X-Rock.
Yeah, X-Rock with this mid-map control, I think, is the biggest issue right now here for Godlike. Sunuo keeping an eye on the cross. I think he will have just seen a Beast run towards B. He's certainly going to see the rest, and he's certainly going to be able to kill against Learn as well. Makes things all the more awkward now for Godlike. You're not only in a 2 versus 3, but you know that X-Rock have the knowledge of where you're going.
Tough situation. The grenade will be well placed, as will that bullet. Abiz gets taken down. That's 3 in the round now from Sunuo. Nono has followed up as well, but the Tundras are singing right now for X-Rock. Just put themselves in the right position. It's nothing too flashy. But if you're Neutrino, you are going to get an opportunity here. That bomb's going to go down, but I can imagine you're going to get collapsed on pretty quickly. It would take some sort of 1 versus 3 to pull off the round number 1 win.
Thought for a second there he's going to make a wrap around the middle of the map, but no. Neutrino now looking for it. Has he just found the perfect timing in behind enemy lines? You need better shots than that, though. He's going to find the first kill against Sunuo. No immediate trade. Neutrino might be able to hit the regen here with some good timing. Even finds a second kill, but Roxy's going to take them down. 1 versus 3 denied.
Got a little bit scary for X-Rock there for a second. He got some good timing as he pushes around the back of the B side, but I think if he hits those shots a little bit crispier on that first gunfight, he's got an even better opportunity. But either way, X-Rock will find the win. I think they would have liked it to be a little bit cleaner in that 3 versus 1, but you take the scoreline at the top of your screens as the most important factor. Doesn't matter which way you get it. Over towards it, we go. Again, just reads Abiz. He's got their number, and Learn's trying to survive. Get away from A, my God. Trying him, gonna run down the middle of the map. He will find 1, not the second. Trunks will be able to answer back, but momentarily, he's left all on his own in a 1 versus 4. Different look from X-Rock. They get aggressive, and they punish Godlike.
If you guys want to look up the dictionary definition of the word sniper rifle, you might find a picture of Sinuan where Trunks now 1 versus 4 has to find the perfect route through the middle of the map here, not only to pick up these kills but to actually grab the bomb as well. Things just so awkward. Might be able to find Nono right in front of him. He gets the timing. There it is. Finds that kill. Does he escape in towards the line of sight of another player? No, he's actually picked the perfect route to get away.
He's done well to get the kill and get out, but this big problem right now. No bomb in the back pocket. No information. But X-Rock haven't got a clue either.
X-Rock is doing very well in this thing, eh?
Trunk's making his way around. Just trying to find a little bit of information where he can, but like ships in the night, they have passed each other. And this has become from an impossible situation for Trunks to semi-plausible here, Brody.
Yeah, I feel like if you get this bomb down, which of course I think is the precursor to any kind of 1 versus 4 scenario, you have to be fast about getting a follow-up gunfight. And I think he's been too slow about that decision because he's going to have Mark.
Thanks for the follow, man.
Sooner rather than later. Or maybe not. Trunks still not sure about this one. You don't actually have a lot of time to make a decision. He's trying to check all the different corners in which a player could be located. Has just spotted out Sunuo, but again, the shot's not exactly crispy. And now Sunuo will just get away, play their life. Trunks will try to get this bomb down, but I think there's no chance.
He'll try for it. Even if he does, it will be diffused, and the kill will come through either way. X-Rock very patient there, in fairness to them, because I think there would be so much in the fact that you find all those kills early does, you start just sprinting around together to try and find out, but as soon as they don't have that information on the last player, they take their time. Right decision made to X-Rock. Shock and awe at the beginning of the round is really what won it for them, but good job either way. He's looking for a shot here to try and answer back to what has been some phenomenal Tundra play from the side of X-Rock. Hasn't been able to quite get things going in this series, and he was somebody we did highlight from the side of Godlike, who has been a huge catalyst to everything good they've been doing. Hasn't really got
So normally they use lightweight, toughness, and dead silence. That's a good pick for a sniper build.
Just looking so much better right now. They're shutting down the key players on Godlike. And Godlike, I mean, they just look so concerned about moving forward, right? They really want some kind of first blood before doing something, and once again, they've lost it. Prevail going down by the hand of, would you guess it, Sunuo. And Godlike now in this effort just continuing to be bullied by Sunuo.
It's such a factor having a sniper player who is doing this to you on firing range. It's so difficult to get away from him. He just seems to know where everybody is. It's a little bit of bad timing there. He may well get pushed by Learn. Actually, it doesn't bloody matter because he's just not missing bullets. Learn will walk into the cursor. And now all of a sudden, Trunks and the Bees left all on their own. It has not been a fun time on firing range so far. Still time for Godlike to try and turn this round around. And then maybe it becomes just that little bit more difficult. They are being pegged back and beaten to a pulp. 3-0 now to X-Rock.
Yeah, it's just the mid-map pressure here from Godlike. It's insane, right? You win that first blood, and it's just like X-Rock have Godlike, excuse me, have nowhere to go. X-Rock win that first blood, and the mid-map pressure is just insane. Godlike need to do something, and it needs to be a different look, I think, here on the offense. Something aggressive, and here we go. Through the middle of the map, they're going to do exactly that, but they're not winning the gunfights. It's 3 consecutive fights in favor of X-Rock here. Now make it 4, as once again, the wallbang comes through from Sunuo. Neutrino 1 versus 5. Have this fun with this one, buddy.
An absolute bloodbath so far here in the Search and Destroy. Always the tough ones to get cast over because you just don't know where the route back in for Godlike is. Is it potentially with a 1 versus 5? Well, it'd be some way to start the comeback. But even with Neutrino and his ability, his talent,
I'm good, Vengeance. I'm good, man.
Step too far, surely. The shot's starting to come through. It's another.
X-Rock is winning against Godlogic. Godlike, I'm saying Godlogic. Godlike.
It's just every single time. I mean, Godlike even did try something different at the start of that round, right? I mean, for the most part, the looks have been mostly the same through the first 3 rounds. They try to go aggressive through number 4. And it's
I don't know why my stream keeps crashing.
It doesn't work. That really does demoralize you. X-Rock in commanding control of this game. And now Godlike back to playing somewhat scared, but they've got 1 player through towards an advanced position. If Trunks can find a frag, that'll open things up for Godlike.
It's felt like a bad start to the round.
That nade was insane, dude.
Just comes from the sky and wipes Trunks out.
So insane, that nade. If I can refresh.
Abiz will eventually get the better of Sunuo, but I mean, 4 versus 4, it's just players like that that are just going to hurt you so much. But there we go.
Oh, so they normally use the Odin.
Now into this round, Godlike will get this bomb down, and X-Rock are nowhere near.
Yep.
I don't think X-Rock is going to come back from this.
What path do they
take? I do not think they'll come back from this at all.
But it's not going to work. Big read from Nono. And now these guys will be on their way. Did Prevail make the communication that there's not just 1 but 2 players on the way? Does not matter because Neutrino not able to get down sights fast enough. Nono's going to take them out. Now numbers here for X-Rock.
23 seconds. X-Rock trying to make this work. If you are Godlike, you need to try and stay alive. There's 1 gone. They know exactly where he is. They hunt them all down. You get the first bloods, you get the advantage, you get the bomb down. It just does not matter. X-Rock are dominating Godlike here in the Search and Destroy.
But Godlike was hanging in with the team Elevate last time. It's crazy how they're not winning this SMTK.
So put yourself in a position where you can catch them off guard. But it doesn't matter whether you've got Neutrino in the position or player Prevail there as well. Does not matter whatsoever.
Well, the Snapdragon performance me there, if it went further than that, then it would be right now for the side of X-Rock.
Ooh, we almost caught it. Lightweight, that's a good insight. I normally use agile,
over towards it, and like
amped. They're using toughness.
Beebs is able to answer back with something.
Toughness on an
Make it now a
Odin.
3 versus 2.
Wow.
John Emmon, Rax 1 already dropping down, but no. He can smell him. Neutrino, the next one on the chopping block potentially now for no, but a little dip away. Don't know if he'll have that information that he's crossed. Still so much work to do here if we got like...
And it's even more so now as you've lost the Bees. Wow. Even more so as you lose Neutrino. X-Rock are flawless on their defense.
The fact that it's like a soccer chant.
They are playing well. They're doing everything right.
Bro. Hey, bro. Godlike. Yesterday they were swimming up with, they were catching up with Elevate, keeping them on their back foot. But now X-Rock is like beating them, bro. Which is insane.
He's just looking down every single angle it needs to, but he has getting taken down now. Lurn gets aggressive in the middle of the map with the Fennec. And that has made the difference. Can Godlike potentially find something now?
Well, they've got numbers around B. Seems to be the site of attack here for X-Rock. Roxy is pushed forward towards Wood. Big kill. Trunks would have got that one. That would have made things more difficult. X-Rock would have had to go and retrieve the bomb, and push towards B would have been delayed significantly. So now they've made this one a 4 versus 4. I almost feel like that was kind of an unnecessary push from Trunks.
And it's like a bigger, it's a big arena they're in.
I felt like he was in the position to win the gunfight as well, and didn't. Godlike not able to do much here, and Neutrino's just going to get caught trying to just chilling. Now all of a sudden,
they always use the weirdest thing I'm seeing is that they're using toughness on an Odin.
Postured round from Godlike potentially. Beat control is here though for the side of X-Rock.
RP90
to potentially slow this down is going to be Lurn. Has some help on the way. Keeping himself nice and tight in that corner.
This tournament is giving me some good insights on how they play, eh?
We'll have to hold tight as X-Rock starting to move into position. The shots are going to come up, but there comes the
nice trade, nice trade.
And all of a sudden the gunfights inside the site start to run on down, but Prevail will find 2, and Godlike will find 1.
Okay, they're catching up, which is good.
X-Rock 6 to the good.
Yeah, not without trying, I will say, from Godlike, they definitely kind of made a couple of errors there in that round. That could well have been a 7-0 to X-Rock. That's the first time I will say in the Search and Destroy, I feel like maybe there were some unforced errors from Godlike. But still, they make it happen. Big plays from Prevail towards the end of that one. X-Rock, very different look. Nades, utility galore over the top. It's Sunuo snipe to take Bees out of the play. That's the big one.
All of a sudden, that site is wide open. 2 players still over towards the B side. If you're Godlike and you need to get yourself over because that bomb is down, Sunuo finds another one. It's just really been the Tundra show from him. 12 in this
The Tundra is being used a lot. But do they know that the DLQ has a good ADSM? The MG42 comes out. Oh, that's a nice... Okay, that's a nice spot I can use.
With 20 seconds to go, and you're just running into gunfire at every single given moment. 7-1 to X-Rock. Domination in the search and destroy.
Nice.
Close map number 1, map number 2 could not have been further from it.
Boy, X-Rock on Search and Destroy, eh? I feel like if these teams could, they'd probably be at the game modes. X-Rock are just that damn good at it. And I think you guys saw there why. Again, I kind of stressed it throughout the entirety of that Search and Destroy. Godlike were fine. They were doing everything right. They were throwing a ton of different looks at X-Rock, variety of different strategies, and all of them were rock solid.
Vengeance said X-Rock.
Past the gunfight. You cannot get past Sunuo. You
I think they won map 1.
When they're playing like
I think Godlike won map 1.
It's got to be so frustrating.
X-Rock won map 2.
Literally going through the playbook throughout the entirety of the Search and Destroy, looking for a way to throw X-Rock off. And the only round you do actually win is really via a clutch up, to be honest. Via that 2-piece, I think it was from Prevail that got it done. Honestly, Godlike there just got outclassed.
Yeah, they got outclassed, dude.
And I think, you know, we could go on about Godlike maybe not being able to do this or do that. It has
but the weird addition is the Odin. Odin with toughness. That's like a very weird, use. And MG42 always came out.
Sensational performance there in the Search and Destroy. Godlike had 0 answers throughout the majority, and now they're going to be heading into a control on C side. A map that they've lost previously up against the side of X-Rock.
One guy said Godlike will win this tournament. I mean the, what do you call it? Thing. I mean extra. Wow, it crashed. Oh my days. Yeah, but we can. I'm gonna bring it back, bruh. So I'm watching it from inside the game and it crashed. Imagine. While it's loading up, let me go and pee. I'll be back, guys. This internet today is just somehow. I want to know from you guys, how do you feel if I play some Sleeping Dogs? Like have a designated stream where I just play Sleeping Dogs. How would you guys feel about that? Like speedrunning Sleeping Dogs. Wait, before we start, we got it. Been sent to your mailbox. So we're very close. Very close.
Well, they're trying to gas themselves up for this one. It is do or die now for Godlike. You can't lose another map.
Okay, I didn't miss anything.
Anyway.
That is good.
If you want to see a Sunday here at COD Mobile Champs, you've got to prevent Godlike from finding anything else here. The reverse sweep is needed, and doing that against X-Rock, it's just a task that seems impossible, but hey, Godlike have done impossible things before. Let's see if they can do it again. Into this one, Godlike need the reverse sweep. X-Rock to the good.
Right,
yeah, I do have WhatsApp.
What do they look like at the start?
Well, you wanna message me on WhatsApp?
Very venomous early on in towards this control. So far, so good. They've been enough trade to get themselves on towards A, and of course they are going to go for a bit of a split push here. If they can get that gunfight
Seaside.
from B's on towards No.
Seaside
on B,
SMD, right?
big, but
Oh, the Odin is being used a lot.
This has to be a much more visual approach towards A.
You're gonna find a couple of gunfights. You have to.
Odin with toughness.
Your teammates are starting to get pinned into the spawn. You're starting to lose every single gunfight you do. Eventually
That is Infinite's favorite gun, MG42.
Everybody else starts to fall. Learner's there to pick up some pieces as well, but the spawn trap now starting to come into fruition potentially here as well, as Beast can find one. Prevail needs to find something as well and does. So that pressure was feeling a little tight there, but eventually they will fight their way out of it. X-Rock do come out better from that opening salvo, but Godlike do survive.
Yeah, I do have WhatsApp. If you message me on Discord, I might show you.
To push forward for the spawn trap, but it does not work. Fortunately enough for Godlike, now able to put something together for a push towards B. X-Rock, I think, are going to be looking for a flank either through the middle of the map.
Good quality.
Behind for the front though, no one is actually able to put up a
The
first
Type 19 always
comes. Even
okay.
a couple of players isolated on the point here. Neutrino and Abiz, what do you got for us? There goes one. Abiz left.
Message me on Discord, I'll send them to you.
They feel the position is strong enough to maybe finish the round. Snua now going to actually back on down, does have a flank coming on through, so a little bit of variety here potentially. You've got to try and find something here. If you're on the side of No, he finds nothing. Godlike have Got a route through here. Into the point they go. They already had 2 ticks on this. X-Rock backs against the wall. For the first time that Godlike could actually draw blood. It seems like they're going to as well. Let's try and make him do something about it. They cannot.
Nice.
And that was nothing. Godlike get the round.
And I think that was the decision, right? You mentioned it, right? The fact that they didn't go straight towards B. They were like, look, we're just going to get ourselves map control for potential spawn trap. It's a risky play. We always talk about that. If you go for the spawn trap, you have to
So,
make sure
Vengeance, which is your favorite assault rifle to use between the BP50 and the Type 19?
Massive offensive victory for Godlike. Again, this is the start of a very long road, a reverse sweep for Godlike. It's a brilliant start at that. Now X-Rock here on the offense. They decided to force
so they use a lot of flashbangs.
Roxy's going to take himself out of the play, and Juanam's going to go down as well. So X-Rock
this isn't the turn out the lightweight and toughness.
Find a couple of kills.
Okay.
Once you find something,
the war machine comes in.
With the war machine, it's just the worst possible place that you want to be when there's an enemy war machine ringing on through. Find something, but the kills have mostly been answered by X-Rock trying to through the front door. Finds the kill on the Neutrino, we'll push forward. Just gets a bit of bad timing as Prevail was there. But look at this pressure coming in from Godlike over towards B. They're trying to pin them back.
Oh, Trunks. Yeah, Trunks is playing a huge role right now, just kind of distracting X-Rock and burning time off the clock. They have to deal with him before they move forward towards either of these 2 points, and that's why they're expending so many resources and doing so. But Trunks is playing his life so well. That's a 2nd kill for him now. Now looking for more. X-Rock
yeah,
again,
I've seen
so
your
much
message.
time doing this. Finally, Trunks is out of the play, but now the rest of Godlike are here. Trunks, that was a brilliant play for you.
Managed to get something going here. Suano just missing bullets with the Tundra, which we have not seen at all today. Maybe just a little bit nervous now, X-Rock. As Godlike tried to get themselves back into this game. They do have a route over towards that A side. They've pretty much cleared out their spawn apart from the side of Prevail. Trunks will find 2 though before going down. Purify exchanged on either side of things, but continue to push here. No is going to invest the equalizer. They feel like they need to do something. X-Rock are trying.
The position is also good here from No. Yeah, this is it. A is gone, and Godlike know it as well. And I love this kind of call from Godlike, right? I mean, you've lost the point. Just get yourselves on towards B, get yourself in map control, because you're about to face down No with equalizers. Or maybe not.
Minute and 15 seconds to go.
Ooh, one tap with the RT90.
No, just find the second. Trying to slow them down as Godlike just try to stretch themselves over the B side, but they need to win a couple of gunfights if you're going to get aggressive like this. Nona's surely going to catch Trunks out, and he is. So a little bit of presence now for the side of X-Rock over towards B, backs against the wall for Godlike. Feels like a very similar round to the first, where X-Rock have had their backs against the wall and all of a sudden have come into life. It was the same for Godlike in round number 1. They're going to need to find a way back in, but so much investment coming in from X-Rock is making it very difficult. 2 ticks already in. Godlike have 1 final stab at this in round number 2. They've got to make the move now.
Always check your corners. Nice. But he can't find 3. MG42, bro.
Allow the rest of Godlike to maybe get a route through here. The kill's starting to ring in. They will eventually lock it down. There's the 3rd tick coming through. Not without a little bit of resistance. X-Rock will find the 2nd round.
Yeah, just going straight through the meat grinder with Godlike there at the front of the point. Suno with the Sparrow. I think he got 3 kills from that one. Roxy, of course, able to finish things off alongside Chuanam as well. And Roxy will finish that round with a Predator missile and a Hunter Killer drone in the back pocket. So that was a brilliant response from X-Rock. Credit to Godlike, though. They definitely tried their socks off to stop that from happening. Now, split push from Godlike once again off the rip. It's a 4-1 split. Learn's going to utilize the Sparrow to try and do some carnage over by Winery. Will only be able to find 1. So for now, for Godlike, I think it's just going to be retreating back towards B. And you haven't really got that much in the way of resistance right now.
No, and I think that investment in the Sparrow, I kind of twisted my face at it at first, but he's kind of invested that. They're pushing over towards it. If he found something great, but the rest of the team already over towards B. So is it a Sparrow for B? Well, okay, you take it if that's the case.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that as well, Roxy just brings out the War Machine there. That's actually probably not the best utilization of the War Machine. I think he kind of spammed half of his bullets before he got anywhere near it. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a Hail Mary play, quite literally, but it doesn't really work out for him. So B is now fallen by the wayside. That is an early capture coming through from Godlike, and Roxy now forced to bring the Predator missile into play. Not just for kills in this situation, but I think for information. They need to know where these players are coming from.
Trunks unfortunately falling, as does Learn.
The missile into play, not just for kills in this situation, but I think for information they need to know where these players are coming from.
Trunks unfortunately falling, as does Learn. So X-Rock have had opportunities set up here. They may well want to spread their wings towards that spawn for Godlike, but right now information is still not really there. Bees will find a kill on No. I believe that was on the flank or through the middle of the map. The kills are now being traded. Stripe kill feed, but what can I do here? Not going to be able to find much. Neutrino will find something, though, with the War Machine. These operators have been used so well by Godlike. They found a way through.
Yep, that War Machine is everything here for Neutrino. Already found one. Firing bullets down range. This is not just getting kills, but it's keeping these guys away. Oh! No way! Sunuo! The collapse there to take a couple of players off the point, but Godlike's still not done just yet. There's still fights, there's still players left to take out of the play, and Bees is trying to do his best impression of a runner, but it's just not happening. He goes down. First hit though through for Godlike. That I think is a pretty successful push.
Sunuo has actually not really had a good map whatsoever, but that collapse line up so beautifully for him, and that really allows X-Rock to just completely take control of the site once more. 1:20 to go.
Memes, welcome, bro. Welcome, bro.
And Sunuo knows something is up. He's trying to hold down the flank if he can. One kill here would be an absolute bonus. Neutrino just dips away, but now, of course, he has the R9 in hand. It's Johnny Snipers all over again. That's the second as well. He holds down the spawn. It's
so we're split 50-50.
Now invested time and players over towards
People think Godlike has been weird.
That is such amazing game sense from Sunuo to get that one done.
They've normally been using, one thing I've realized is that they've been using a lot of lightweight and toughness.
And now X-Rock back into
lightweight toughness, dead silence.
45 seconds on the clock. Mara's even peeking himself out of the point. Pick up all the gunfights with the R9. X-Rock being so frustrating now. Annihilator ready to go from Mara. How much more damage can he do?
Oh, he almost got that one.
He gets taken down almost immediately, so Godlike potentially have a route through here. Tron will find one. And X-Rock just about holding on, but Trunks will find something of his own. You can see operators ringing through for the side of X-Rock. No, though, just puts the final nail in. There's 3 with the equalizer. Here comes number 4 as well. Prevail the next on the chopping block. Runaway Sun. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, okay, he's got 2 SMGs. We'll just punch him in the face. A potential route in for Godlike. One last roll of the dice.
Yeah, the Beast has to do something on the flank here. At least find one frag. They're ready for it, though. The pre-fire's good. A Beast down for the count. Gunfight's also being round in front of point. Trunks will get 2 with a Purify. Is that the in for Godlike? You've lost 1 player down to the final 4.
They managed to get themselves in. They need those reinforcements very, very quickly, but X-Rock don't have the numbers to answer back just yet. They're waiting for their moment. Suono is going to pull out the Sparrow. There's 2 kills to fall and through. Prevail and the Bees have combined very, very well. There's been investment from either side, but X-Rock are coming out on top. It's a 1 versus 5 needed for Prevail. Onto the point he goes. Has he got time yet to get a hold of it? They've got to get there so
it's 1 life. He has 1 life left. Ooh, X-Rock wins our. Nice.
No, sticks a grenade at his feet, and that was so doable.
Yeah, and that's a good investment of the equalizer as well. Even though it doesn't do anything, there is a realistic chance if that nade does not connect that he actually gets pretty much all of those players. The equalizers are just that good. So that was the right decision.
So equalizers are also good.
Moment, but ultimately it does not work.
Okay, we're learning.
Godlike, just a hair's breadth away from taking a round off X-Rock there. And now they have to stop X-Rock. You've got the offense previously, and they're doing the same kind of strategy once more. It's a 4-5 stack towards A.
The win behind the sails here for the side of X-Rock. It feels that way. 2 clutch-up rounds have come on through for them. Godlike have fallen to the wayside, even with some really good play from them. They've seemed resolute. But how much metal have they still got in this game? Prevail and Lone will start to find a couple of kills, though, so that might just help them out on this defensive side. But no, now starting to push forward, just trying to put down the
objective here is to take down all their life goals. Take down all their lives.
Eventually get themselves an opportunity to push forward. You can see on the other side of things a potential spawn trap coming through from MA.
I call you.
So X-Rock haven't really made too much of an inroad here. 2 towards A is all they have.
I'll see it and I'll reply to you.
Very shortly, though.
It should be said this is an important defensive round here. If Godlike can do this without giving A away, they might well get a defensive round number 5, and they're utilising their operators to get it done.
Because I will get your message eventually. After this, I have to go and work out.
He's going to run out of War Machine pellets to get it done. Does not matter, you've got a Bees there for the help. So A is no longer an option
19, lightweight gung-ho.
50 seconds, you're going to have to go for plan B quite literally, and with that kill from Mart, the opening has now been made.
So this,
it's going to be a while before he gets the
let me go
resources.
get some food.
Needs to do a little bit more damage,
Yes,
and he knows it
needs to get
as well
some food.
towards the middle of the map. Will not be able to get that kill on towards Trunks, but at the very least there is a good effort.
Hostile hunter killer drone.
And now back on the cards here for X-Rock. Chopping and changing between which way they're going. Godlike just having to commit to something. A may well be gone. They've sent too many numbers over towards B. You need to do something special if you got like over towards A. It's not going to happen. So they set themselves up for B. The lives are dead even. 1.5 minutes to go. X-Rock have time to defend, but Godlike are happy to sit tight here. They have had some opportunity to set themselves up over towards B. It will be hard for X-Rock to break this down, you would think.
And Godlike have more players on the point. There's actually a lot of them very far removed from it. I think they're very concerned about potential flanking player, but that's not where, for the most part, this pressure is coming from. Does not matter, though, for Godlike. They're winning all these fights around the point. A couple of players through the middle of the map. This will be a late hit from a Bees as well. Is it going to be timed well against these players? 2&M. Opening things up with that kill. No. Going to get the second, and there goes Suno as well. Here comes the investment from Xbox. They want to get this done now.
Oh, that's a big grenade coming through Neutrino, though, and the big one from Prevail as well. That's Operator shut down. No equalizer now available, and of course Godlike will have that available at some stage during this defense if they can continue to hold on. War Machine being wrung out, doesn't find anything, so big investment coming from X-Rock, they find nothing for it.
Yeah, and Godlike are now back towards the point as well. They were held back. If he could have found something there with the War Machine, that would have been huge for X-Rock, but it does not work. Now Godlike, I believe they've got Trunks or Beezix this time, excuse me, in that position once again to try and distract X-Rock, but they quickly deal with him. So that's one problem out of the way here, Ton. And now Godlike looking to try and hold on towards this point. X-Rock, they have to hit this as a team, but look at this flanking play potentially coming through from Neutrino.
Neutrino was the one that found the grenade kill. On to No when those equalizers come through. Do they know that this is coming? Yes, they do, but a distraction tactic, they will slow them down. Mal will pull out the Annihilator, though, and is this now going to be such a big problem for them? Doesn't find that second shot, maybe a little bit nervy. X-Rock now in a 6 versus 6 with the kill starting to come through for them. Neutrino will find one back with the War Machine, but Sunio once again is clutching up where needed. 12 seconds to go. It's a 5 versus 3. X-Rock are running away with this one. Everyone from Godlike, it's starting to fall. They don't have the time, they don't have the numbers, they do not have the facilities to win this game. X-Rock will advance on to Championship Sunday. They make mincemeat of Godlike, a 3-0 win. Godlike put up a fight, but not nearly enough. X-Rock take that one away.
Man, just the minutest of decisions there from Godlike made all the difference, even in that final round. I'd like to see it in the replay package. If Neutrino even makes that flank, if he doesn't go back towards the point with the War Machine, I think they hold on. I think they get to a round number 5, but no. X-Rock will get it done. Man, just so difficult. Godlike, I mean, look, we talked about it, right? The way into the series was the hard points, and the fact that they lost the first game in this series, I think we kind of knew where it was going to go after that.
Really strong performance on behalf of X-Rock there, but coming in out of Swiss 3-0, we knew they were going to be a dominating force. Really difficult for any of our teams to take on, especially this early on in the bracket stage. Godlike, though, like you said, they made it to the top 8 in the world. Yet again, a strong performance.
I think the thing is, though, this just further reaffirms why you need to have a good Swiss stage, because if you go through at the very last opportunity, this is your first game in single elimination. It's so difficult when you're coming into this against one of the tournament favorites, but then that's what happens when you don't have such a clean Swiss stage. This is your unfortunate reward, is that you have to go up against X-Rock, which, by the way, the Search and Destroy was flawless. In fairness, the control in the hard point relatively
food
close.
Is ready, bro.
Like had their opportunities in the control. The hard point was back
I know Chad is gonna wonder what am I eating.
Led all the way through, but the Search and Destroy was quite terrifying.
So Chad,
if anything. So X-Rock looked the real
this
deal.
is what the food is all about.
Yeah, you're just not taking a Search and Destroy of X-Rock. I honestly would not be surprised, even against their fellow Chinese teams, if X-Rock went for the entirety of the tournament not losing a single Search and Destroy. I mean, it looks that good. And again, going back to that conversation, Godlike were doing well. They were doing the right things. They just could not outgun X-Rock and S&D.
I'm going to remember that prediction. Between Alan's reverse sweep prediction and now you're saying X-Rock won't drop a single S&D throughout the rest of the weekend.
What you having?
He's committed there.
Some semolina with
Make sure we clip that as well so we can reference
vegetable
later
soup
on tomorrow,
and
but
2 pieces of chicken.
it is X-Rock who make their way now out of the quarterfinals into the semifinals. That was a nice, quick day for them. They can now, honestly,
why did you delete that next stage like Vengeance?
On how these other performances are going to go through
Hey, Vengeance, why did you leave Kick, bro?
Well, they know, especially with the next game
what happened with Kick?
They're going to be playing against pretty early, so they will have a lot of time to get some of that research in. I mean, I'm sure they will know exactly what they want to do, irrelevant of who they go up against.
Rice. Nah, I don't.
Fantastic performance. And
Got
right, a long
rice.
time to wait now. Do not need to do anything until
semolina.
tomorrow. Nice way to
Hope you guys know what semolina is. So it's sort of like a up-ish
This is
stuff.
going to be massive confidence-wise for them,
So
but
West African
obviously commiserations
cuisine.
and congratulations to Godlike because they still did make it really far in the competition. still a fun storyline that we've been following since last year, and it was just enjoyable to see them compete here again.
Yeah, look, I think the competition has just raised itself significantly from last year, right? I mean, Godlike surprised a lot of people last year. Nobody expected them to do what they did, making it all the way towards grand finals. So, again, the competition's very different this year. I don't think there's anything wrong with dropping out of top 8, especially when the team that took you out is X-Rock.
Absolutely. Well, it's time for us to talk to some of our players here. We've got F. standing by, I believe, with Nono on the stage.
That's right, that's right, that's right. We got Nono here, and of course, Brian to help us have a little chat. So the first question I want to ask you guys, X-Rock, you look incredible. You're the #1 seed, you're playing like it. Where do you find that energy? What makes your team this good?
No, 你跟 X-Rock 打得太厉害了。
Dude, he almost said the N-word.
你在这个比赛是算第1名，然后现在打得像第1名。你们是什么方法到这里？
我觉得首先我们在这个世锦赛还没有完成最终的目标，所以我觉得我们还有更多要做得更好的地方吧。然后可能大家觉得我们打得好的原因，是因为我们5个人，包括我们的教练组，还有我们的整个赛训团队都齐心协力。
So they're saying that they're getting immense support from other fans, and it's just there's a strong sense of like familial bond, whether it's from the fans or their coaches.
And I'm translating this thing.
It's not just him.
I'm gonna translate shit. I'm telling you.
One big family.
It's an energy thing for sure.
I'm gonna make sure that the guy is insulting the other guy.
Next up, you could play up against a Chinese team. I know how close-knit the Chinese region is.
Yeah, this guy is
a Chinese team or play against them, is that an exciting, fun moment, or is that like a sad, somber moment to knock out a friend?
所以明天你可能会面对清酒，你觉得可能对别的中国队你很兴奋，或者有一点伤心，因为你可能会打败他们。
Yo, he's black.
我觉得不管面对秦九还是 ST， 还是我们今天对阵的 Godlike， 因为我们都是来自东方的队伍，我觉得没有什么，哪怕走的时候我们还是说其他的队伍，我都会感到伤心吧。但是我赢了可能会开心 ，because it's a team of family.
Yeah, talk like that.
So,
you don't need a translator, bro.
Facing against
Even if your English is poor,
any team, they're not going to be particularly sad. If anything, they'll be glad to face Qingzhou because you know the same country. It's like a family, even though they're on the same teams.
That's kind of what I figured. Like I said, the Chinese region seems very, very close-knit, and it's just fun to watch. So, a lot of fun. Congratulations on the victory. Good luck in your next ones. Standing by, we have Beef Mommy talking to the members of Godlike.
Thank you so much, F.
It's sad to see Godlike lose, man.
Of Godlike. How was that?
They went 3-0,
really
dude.
Rough because that is not a easy opponent to go up against, especially this early on in the day.
I would say that we were not disciplined enough this year, and Chinese teams are really strong, and we knew this, but today was not our day, and we should have worked hard. And I would just expect more competition in our region itself, because if you see, only 3
some of you are crafty, man. You come to this poll to say that you knew that X-Rock will win. You did not know, bro.
So that next year when we come here, we're definitely on the bar to bar.
It's sad to see Godlike disappear, bro.
For next year, like I know you just came off hot off of this game, right? But what do you think is something that you and your team need to work out going into, I guess, 2025?
I would say for next year, I'm happy and sad right now, but the competition is insane. I really want to grind hard, but let's see for the next year what the future holds. Yeah.
But I mean, I know that this is not the outcome that you wanted, right, for your team, of course.
Of course, bro.
But I mean, man, your growth, Godlike, in just 1 year has already been such a statement. And of course, coming in from
Elevate
day number 1,
versus Wolves. I can't wait for that one.
How did that feel like yesterday?
To be honest, we learn from international teams a lot, because in India it's very hard. The gaming has just started, and I'm really happy that we got a good experience from here. And the dream is still on. We'll never give up. We'll learn from the Chinese teams. We'll learn from the Western teams. My name says it all, and I'll come back stronger.
You gotta learn, and of course, you gotta dream on. Thank you so much, Learn. You have been such an amazing player. And of course, that's not just for today. There's a lot more matches up, and not the only squad that will be crossed off here. Thank you so much, Learn. Again, when it comes to the competition, there's still a lot more things happening today. We'll see you in a little bit.
我们是来自中国的 S Rock 战队，这次 DreamHack 的比赛我们将会赢下冠军。
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, DHL,
oh my God,
and the United States Air Force.
Oh. Oh.
Since the year 00, we was out to get more. Bunch of really real G's, burning trees till we low. Sitting by 45 like I'm Jordan on the floor.
Oh.
Here we go, against the greatest, what they say my name for.
Okay. X-Rocks, my team. Really? Not tried gaming or Wolves or Elevate. Luminosity Gaming is up next. No, it's not. Yeah, if it was, then. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I just need to take a break, dude. I almost choked. Almost. Since they're taking a break, let's see. Bro, I wanna come back here, dude. So we are close to the DRH, and we're close to I don't know how many credits this is. I'll check my mailbox. We're getting the DRH next, and then this character skin. Come on, bro. You keep zooming in and zooming out. The food is finished. That guy is mid, dude. It's mid. Especially if you're eating like Indian food. What else? Middle Eastern food. Those ones are bangers, dude. Burger is just alright. This food is too good, man. It's too damn good. I swear, these people think they're cool, bro. Dude, did I just eat that piece of meat? Bro, this food keeps finishing very quickly, dude. Okay, time for the chicken. Ugh. Damn.
I'm here with Q9. I'm going to ask them a couple of questions heading into this weekend. What does it feel like being back at DreamHack here for the Call of Duty Mobile World Championships?
感觉都挺好的，感觉到这就很放松。
Which strategies have been the most impactful for you guys this year? Which teammates have been performing at their best?
我觉得这次的比赛，我们最关键的策略是，我们每个人做好自己的那一部分吧，然后就是把平时训练的东西都完美的展现出来就可以。
So Wolves
KFC, bro, what?
Are they still the biggest issue from your region, or are X-Rock?
Y'all still eat KFC?
我觉得
Wait, it depends on where you live.
世界锦标赛每个队伍都是
If you live outside Africa, South Africa, then KFC might be good in those regions. But if you're living, oh my gosh, you're living here in SA, too oily, dude.
The top of the world ranking is very tight. Are you guys favorites, do you think, or is there somebody else?
我感觉我也说不清楚，但我觉得我们一定是这一回，怎么说的，一定是这回的强队之一。
So the road to becoming the champions is strewn with failures. Is there anything that you guys have worked on that was an issue for you, and what was that?
我感觉现在的选手的个人的能力越来越强了，然后包括每个队伍的一些战术啊都变得更加丰富了，所以我们要做的就是，可能我们要在个人能力上比他们更强大，我们的战术要比他们更丰富，这就是我们要做的。
So you've been named MVP multiple times already. Would you have any advice for up-and-coming players?
我给他们的建议就是多去观看那些顶尖的选手。
I live in a country next to South Africa.
平时自己的话也要多练习，就是
Is it Australia?
一定要带着
Madagascar?
玩，就是想，比如说
Is Australia, Madagascar, or Brazil? Between those three.
So this is your chance.
Well, next to South Africa, not overseas. We have Namibia, Zimbabwe,
我觉得这一次比赛
Botswana.
最大的对手应该是来自西方的所
They're
有
going up there.
我认为就是
I wonder which one it is.
因为我们在 CDSI 的那个
Oh, Botswana.
跟他们有过交手，所以我会认为
The real KFC in Botswana is the chickens that run around.
但是西部的队伍呢，我们到现在是
Those ones are the real KFC, man.
很未知。我觉得这回他们对我们来说是一个非常大的。
Not like this KFC that I'm eating here.
Anything to say to your fans who are at home supporting you?
My own homemade KFC is better than the original KFC.
说就是谢谢你们一直支持我们，然后这一回特别是国内的粉丝，在这一次顶着时差看我们打这一回的世界锦标赛，然后希望大家继续支持我们，然后我们一定会做到最好的。
So that is Q9, our Mobile Masters winners this year. Can they repeat it here this weekend?
Vengeance make me choke, dude.
Welcome back, everybody, to DreamHack Atlanta, where we are live with our Call of Duty Mobile World Championships.
Bro, it looks like it's in the morning that side. But here it's towards the afternoon.
A team has been knocked out, and it is X-Rock who continue on and will play tomorrow in our semi-final matches. One step closer to making their way through to the grand final. It's time for us to continue on here with match number 2.
Hit me that, bro.
That means we brought back some new casters as well. We got Proper and Shift now to get us through match number 2. You excited to be up here? You ready for day 2?
Brits are out, Americans back on top. Just happy to be here.
Feel good, feel great. I like that you said new casters because everyone calls me old all the time. So this feels very nice. I like this. Stop it.
I'm keeping you young and youthful.
I love that.
Yeah, I did it just for you, all right?
Feel sprightly.
Now, you just got to hear from them in an interview, obviously Q9. Well, we have Q9 and Stalwart setting up on stage right now for match number 2. So let's start talking about this squad.
Where do you even start the conversation? These
She's
guys
weird.
have understood what it feels like to be at the pinnacle, not only of the region, but for Call of Duty Mobile as a whole. Kind of still chasing that proverbial dragon of trying to beat the champion after coming up short short last year to even their fellow countrymen. The same story kind of follows them all the way through CDSI. Look, they have what it takes to be a championship caliber team. I don't think that anybody else can doubt that, but they keep coming up short. You have tons of different players that were so impactful across their entire stage yesterday.
Yeah, and I think that's the other part about this Q9 team in terms of like comparing them to last year is that they are a more complete team. Last year it was search and destroy, and that was about it. I mean,
KFC's everywhere.
Business against teams that were way underneath their caliber. But when we got to the playoff bracket, they really came up short when it came to the respawn overall. That seems to have been pretty darn polished. And I think a lot of that is because, like Andy was saying, all 5 players have really taken some individual onus to be better in the respawn, to not just rely on each other in search and destroy.
Which is even what we heard in the interview. They were saying exactly that they worked on things not only on an individual level, but together as a squad as well, as we get to kind of see some stats here.
Yeah, I mean, look, for the last few times, it's just one rivalry over and over again. How much can you take for Garena? For Stalwart, it has been pretty easy for Q9, but when they're going up against Garena's best in Elevate, it's still coming up short.
Well, you mentioned Stalwart. We get to see him for a second there on that graphic. They are the other team up here on the stage, so let's start talking about them as well here, Chef.
Yeah, Stalwart is an interesting story because I think coming into this event, we really had a top 4, and it was the 3 Chinese teams and Elevate. And now all of a sudden, Stalwart's like, don't forget that we're just as competitive as anyone else out of the Garena region, let alone what they were able to do at CDSI, which was pretty formidable. They did come up
It's finger licking good.
deeper into the bracket, but overall, they're looking just as complete of a squad as anybody else.
What's
in
that?
particular, their respawn has looked really, really good. Playing up against Galrus yesterday on the Arsenal control really surprised me. 3-0, perfect. Really understanding the map, not just doing it by spawn trap, but just as a macro focus, they were playing the map well.
The only series that they lost yesterday was 0-2, actually 2 Elevated. Again, it has always been that chase. I feel like that Stalwart has been there continuously, and much like on the opposite side, we were talking about for Q9, Stalwart, their standout player, Skurd, throughout the entirety of yesterday, has just been on a different level, but that's exactly what you're going to need,
we better.
single elimination bracket. It is sharp waters from the get-go. You need these guys to show up.
Got some stats here for Skurd as well. Got to see some individual highlight moments for him. I mean,
KD. Bro, that KD looks so good, man.
Oh, big time. And just to kind of reflect on not just Skurd individually, but how he played in particular against Elevate, that's what really stood out to me. It was a 200-250 loss. That's a coin toss in terms of COD Mobile Hardpoint. And then an 8-6 overtime loss in the search and destroy. So
Mauritania KFC is better. Does it have oil inside? Like too much oil. Because South African KFC is ass, dude. That's like American KFC.
The main stage. So let's start talking about the maps, what they've chosen here for their picks this time around. Best of 5, obviously. For anyone who's just
Let's see what Bobby's up to.
Yeah, and the interesting thing,
I'm not surprised to see Fire in Range, Infinite's favorite map, in Tunisia.
This is a very unique map set to what they'd played last time.
So playing Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Control. Hardpoint on Summit and Search and Destroy. Is your KFC crunchy or soft? My own homemade KFC is crunchy. It's in the middle, crunchy and soft.
So going to be a square-up matchup for this map number 1. Apocalypse could be the start that you need for Stalwart.
Yeah, I think for Stalwart, you have to win map 1, 3, and 4 if you were to win this series, which is easy to say against a Chinese team because we expect Chinese teams to win the search and destroy. But I think in particular, neither of these 2 teams are great at Apocalypse, and Stalwart has been riding the Summit train all weekend long. So it feels like both Hardpoints and the Control have to be won by Stalwart if they want to win the series.
All right, then give me quick predictions here. Who do you think's going to be taking this one home?
Q9.
Damn, that was quick.
Same?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I at least
3-2 though?
Yeah, I have it going 5 because, to Shift's point, if Stalwart are going to win this, it has to end in 4. Q9 are flawless.
DRH. So your favorite assault rifle is the DRH. If I may ask why? Why is it that your favorite DRH, your favorite gun to use?
Is going to have same opinion, same 3-2 and 3-1, so everybody matches up in some way.
We get along sometimes.
A little bit, every once in a while.
Please don't. What? Don't call me by my real name. You know what it is. I said Infinite, bro. Infinite or Max. I know your real name. I haven't forgotten it. I know it starts with an E. Let's get it.
And again, this is all about
Let's get it.
Otherwise, Stalwart look to surprise, take down one of our top 3 squads coming in to this event. I will say the improvements from senior side to now have been good. Just comes down to, are they good enough against one of China's best?
For me, the word consistency keeps coming to mind when it comes down to the
Nade smokes are going out.
what they've been able to accomplish since then and now. But how good are you today for both Star Wars Esports and Q9? Again, playing it yesterday for Q9.
KRM.
Versus 4MV, take that as you will, but
Lightweight gung ho tactical mass for perks for the Fennec. Ooh, the Type 19 comes out. He watches the hard point. Q9. Q9 versus SE.
So far, so good. Finding some decent time here in the first hardpoint, plus good focus over towards rotation and new at the right side of the map.
So have some threats nearby. Got to be really worried about Smouchy. That is one of the players you always have to keep a close eye on where that AR is currently locked and loaded and ready for. 10 seconds still remains around P1. Stalwart are actually breaking out from Ruins just to fight for the
You know that I'm a grind rank. This makes me feel bad at. Nah, bro, these people are just like insane, dude.
And he also keeps his life, make sure he doesn't overchow. Shot up over through cave side. Smoke giving him a little bit of cover, but as soon as they break through it, it's right into the waiting arms of Q9. 3 straight eliminations. Only one more player to find in the back, and they will find it. Really good start from Q9.
Now all eyes need to look forward. You got two trying to push all the way out from maps, the rest trying to go through the hop up, but if you attempt to try to go through the broken,
You should watch them. What's cool? Yeah, because if you go through ruins, that they're gonna watch down the angles.
is going on, but Q9 do great enough to be able to isolate these players. They'll get back in something.
Yeah, Clove just a little too antsy right there. He tries to push down when he's got 2 teammates right behind him. He's in the middle of a reload. Maybe that could have led to more significant of a break, but Q9 quick to rebuttal, find their way back in. From the front though, 18 seconds scrap time to fight for it. Stalwart have broken their way through cave side. Couple of nice eliminations behind this. Smoke will work out. Really good contest here for Stalwart, able to get this to a tie game.
Look at the spawns though, investing into P2. How quickly do you think they're going to be able to at least read this? What you should know now is you have a spawn inside of ruins, and you already at least have Clove turning back to look at the broken down chopper. Catches 1. Second would be Magnificent, and is able to do that as well. Spawns will not flip, but this is very, very good for rotation.
Thinking we might win.
Hero right now. He goes for a 4 spree by himself, front side of the trench, and now all of a sudden you've got Sparrow out, you've got equalizers out. IG just not able to find more than just the first.
Unless they run over clock, the clock comes out.
The operators, and now they have a chance to pop some of their own.
This is that time. Sweet spot. B3. So we're going to start seeing a lot of investment. We know how good Q9 have been in the past at just being able to respond in kind, and it's Ooling's war machine to be able to find 3.
Don't start, bruh.
On forward, albeit the Sparrow pulled. Did not find everything, but the break nonetheless.
Yeah, really good 50-50 split here. The tug of war between the operators.
The mythics should be a brilliant equalizer in these games. If you don't have a mythic in these games, I'm sorry. That's why I'm seeing a lot of mythics.
Final 12 seconds though, not really much to consider in terms of the overall scrap, but the push from beyond the hard point is what we're really focused on, and as Stalwart continue to try to fight through old, they will also have a couple of players try to contest new.
This P4 is going to be massive going in towards the second set. I mean, just look at the way that Q9 are still forced out on the backside of the useless building. And I love this heads up play.
Imagine meeting these people when you're playing ranked, dude.
Doesn't mean you automatically win the gunfight. Slash alive will be dealt with, and should be easy pickings to set up on a couple head glitches here around the statue head.
So far, so good. Only one operator available, and that would be on to FTX if he chooses to use it or not. 61 plays 83. Q9 with numbers inside the hill. Trophy systems have been deleted. These incoming nades should start to land. It just comes down to, can you actually break through this cave system? It's such a nasty choke point, and that's exactly why. It's just so hard to break through. But with a little bit of help from a pitch coming out from IG, that's going to be enough for FTX to pop the Purifier and clear the hard point with still 25 seconds to fight.
Look at how much space that he's currently taken away. Purifier was a great investment here. Can you still hold for this back 15 seconds? Can tie up the game. Not be able to do it all yourself, but you set up your teammates for success, at least for the time being, until Curly walks in, finds 2, keeps it scrappy ahead of the second set.
Yeah, the big news here on that break attempt, though, is not only did Stalwart get this back to level footing, IG is able to find himself Pred Missile. That's going to be huge towards trying to win some key rotations, likely from 1 1-2. See if he decides to hold
That was a headshot with the Fennec. The Fennec is also a key SMG to use in this thing.
Rotation back to the middle of the map. Just down to can they get the high ground with Q9 spawning on the left side of the map.
I mean, also just a heads up play.
Nice.
You talk about the rotation over towards 1-2, and that's just all depending whether or not they actually lose it, as FDX is still finessing for his life. But previous to these gunfights that are currently unfolding from the previous spawn, Stalwart are doing a great job at just keeping Q9 at bay. That said, Q9 do fight back. They're back inside the time once more.
Moving feels like he's got to pop the war machine and turns into 2 immediately.
That war machine might clear up the hard points.
Doesn't find as much punch as you would figure.
Exactly.
It does allow Q9 to flip the map around though. Pred missile had been spent from FDX, but IG still holding on to his. Here comes the next play forward. Q9 still dealing with decent
Nice. Oh, he failed with the 2-piece.
for Stalwart to continue to break through the chicken coop, but on top is Zuling, and that's enough for Q9 to still retain the right side of the map.
Yeah, it's all from that moment. Midu Stalwart just couldn't just idly hang by and just watch all the time go over towards 1, but Q9 punished it.
Yeah, I also think SC might win this one. Because the way they're playing with the spawns and finding the angles, it looks like they're gonna win.
I love this idea though from Stalwart initially. Try to just take your full focus down to
But Q9 is in the lead.
But as they get pushed out, now they're just defaulting to playing through the cave, right into the waiting arms of Sun Sparrow. You also have the Purifier playing up, and this is not good. You do not want this if you're looking at it from Stalwart's perspective. IG just trying to desperately throw the Pred missile in, but it's not going to really change the status of the hard point whatsoever. Q9 dominating on this setup around P2.
I mean, such an immediate response to your point.
Yeah.
The moment they got the information, I mean, frame perfect got the information. All of those operators get popped, and even the equalizer from Curly at the end.
SE is not gonna come back, dude.
Disastrous on P2 for Stalwart Esports. You thought they would have had easy pickings for how that first set started off. Now they trail by 40 plus.
It's Q9. Q9 is gonna win this one. Unless they clutch it up.
P4, and instead of taking the long route to try to put more pressure through Temple, they're just defaulting to funneling into a Purifier, an Equalizer, a Sparrow. And if you can't take by my candor, that is an episode of Will It Blend, and Stalwart absolutely will blend. So 167, 110, back over to P3. Stalwart will have a chance with 4 operators of their own to almost do the exact same thing that Q9 did to them.
Have one player, Rogue, still over towards P2.
Ooh.
At least goes 1 for 1, does LG, but still, from all of those
Nice double kill.
Look at how many more members for Q9 are currently around the objective, because Stalwart are just getting done. No one's anchoring the back spawns, and then you get flanked. Q9 back in the time.
At least for now, over towards trench side. Sun dealt with. Still more operators at the ready. Equalizer and the Purifier going to be spent. What does it find? It finds nothing?
Yes.
Ooh. Over the
Ooh.
backside with the war machine could clear up the hard point. Uh-oh. Not what you want. Uling is teeing off. All 5 fall to the war machine of Uling. That will be enough for Q9 to get close, if not above, the 200-point threshold.
It's
Of course.
so silent from Uling.
Q9 is gonna win this one. Gonna win this hard point.
Return of investment is about 3 kills plus. Very explosive operator, and the snowball continues on from P2 onward to P3. But you even look at the rotation towards P4, you still have the grace period before it actually pops. But Stalwart are still trying to hit through the old time and trying to surround the upcoming hill.
Yeah, and the problem is that was such an expensive hard point in terms of operator usage.
If they watch the angles, then SE might get it.
The rest of Q9 getting close to earning some of their own as they can win the game right here. And once more, here comes that same funnel, but just from the opposite side. If you're Stalwart, you have to get control of Chicken Coop. You cannot just keep defaulting to playing through the middle. For 2 years, we need to know this.
Q9.
Gotta be frustrating just to be on that stage.
They just need like 10 more points, and then they'll be ahead.
That might not be a good conversation or a good thought. You still have plenty of time left to maybe try to surmount the comeback. They break back in, still down to 20 seconds. You know that Q9 are still spawning over by Useless.
But Q9 have operators, and they still have the ability to run through Chicken Coop. Just the multiple points of ingress are just so dominant. Yeah. And Stalwart just not quite able to force.
Oh, so much needs.
So now it's a 100-point game. Only 16 points needed for Q9, and they're going to rotate back over to P1 where they already have high ground control through maps. This is where it ends.
It is. I mean, Q9 now have a sweet pickings on how would you like to win? Well, might as well just call a game here.
Oh, so chaotic with the flashbangs and everything.
Players left, right, and center, but Skurd does have a Sparrow. Was able to at least find 2. You also had a push manifesting all the way through maps, so Stalwart in possession of the time.
For now, 3 operators, though, when Q9 want them. And they may not even need them. A couple of eliminations coming through. Clove trying to pull the hero play over towards the backside of Coop. Does well. Catches a couple double door. Stalwart now starting to zone a little bit further forward, but can they survive through this incoming utility? Just 11 seconds needed for Q9. It would have to be the remaining time here for Stalwart plus a full 60 on Newts. Not impossible, just improbable. So now it's down to what do they have?
Nah, it's impossible for SE to come and clutch this.
Only finds one with it. The pinch from Mount G gets an opportunity for the rest of the teammates from the front to start finding success. And this break could very well be in the end.
Still enough time to close it out here, so long as everybody stays around the time. You have to contest if you're Stalwart, and you're going to be walking into a lot of line of sights currently being held. The contest comes through, so we will go new, but there's already a player trying to thread the rotation.
Yeah, 1v1 over the top of the jump wall is going to be everything. Pushing forward is Clove. He's able to at least zone out for now. Again, Q9 still holding on to 3 operators. Hit from the front is
it's hard to keep up with the action.
But look at the play over through the jump wall.
Nice.
Nicely, nades and war machines over the top. This is leading to now an opportunity for Q9 to get the kills that they need to move on forward. FTX still holding on. Skirt needs to be the hero, but can he survive through Curly's equalizer? Doesn't look likely as he rips apart the back line, and that will do it. Curly with the final moment.
Nice. Q9 takes it.
It really does say something that even when they're staring down the barrel of having to break through P1 going in towards P2, they had those 3 operators at the end of the previous set of hard points, but then they just waited for the right moment, found some spacing, and then the moment they got inside P2 to call game, that's when you saw the operators being pulled by Q9. And it's those core fundamentals that do make them a very frightening team, because they always have a plan, and they always execute it very, very well. Comparatively to Stalwart, that did obviously have a plan, but once all of your operators get shut down, only finding maybe at max 2 kills, and then Uling pops the war machine and finds 6.
Yeah.
It's hard to justify how you can actually work your way back into an APOC hardpoint.
Yeah, I think, just there are some small differences in operator efficiency that was utilized throughout this map. In particular, that moment from Uling is the highlight bonus one. I think Curly as well, the equalizers was unbelievable.
That Sparrow really had an opened up the whole thing.
You cannot funnel through cave. You just can't. It's a 5v5 map on what was initially a 4v4 map when it was played in the traditional multiplayer. You have to send players on routes. You cannot just run through cave, whether it's P2 or P4. That's a day 1 mistake, and it's what punishes Stalwart.
Yeah, I mean, you just simply cannot play a card game with inside-out cards, and that's what it generally felt like. It was the definition of insanity. You're forcing yourself into very inopportune gunfights and more inopportune opportunities that made Q9 just look so brilliant with their operator usage as well. 50 and 34 out of Curly. A lot of those coming from the equalizer pulls.
And I think they're playing all in alternative accounts.
But you look from top to bottom, and just the assist column again coming through. A lot of good team shots were coming through from Stalwart, absolutely, but Q9 just always felt like that they were playing around one another.
Yeah, and again, it's tough because if Stalwart were just to have tried to hit the outside routes through Temple, that map may look very different, but the largest stretch of points put together was between P2 and then again over to P4, where Q9 were just dominating the middle of the map. You just gotta hit. You have to hit a route. I mean, the common phrase in the COD world that we say is "route man gets paid." No one got paid today from Stalwart because no one was hitting routes. So tough scenes overall, but hey, that's the one thing we talked about, that this APOC map wasn't necessarily going to lean towards one team or another based on statistics. What we're looking forward to would be Stalwart trying to take the summit hardpoint in map number 4. But first, before they could do that, they got to find a way to fight against this firing range search, which Q9 is great at, and then find a way to manipulate the seaside control.
I mean, it's just, how do you not spin this as an uphill battle? Q9 throughout the entirety of the weekend are 4-0. Yes, they've had some at least close escapes, but so their search and destroy, from what I was able to go back and watch last night, has been very, very good. And I think that this does play into their game mode, especially or into their wheelhouse. Walking away with how dominant that win was on map 1. Uling's going to come in here with a sniper rifle and just have a heyday.
Yeah, it's definitely an uphill battle for whenever we're talking about X-Rock or Q9 playing up against them on Search and Destroy. But in particular, I mean, this Q9 team is the #2 S&D team this weekend. Like you said, they're flawless so far. Their average margin of victory is 5.25. So it's pretty good. That's average 7-2. Is that how they're
Jinjun Club. That sounds like a Yakuza club.
But it has been one of their weakest modes kind of historically, and that was also showcased at CDSI. So the improvements haven't necessarily been there, and the problem is you got to have a firing range and then a Tunisia if you do get to map 5, that you have to take down this Q9 squad, and those are the 2 most played maps in Chinese COD Mobile. So you don't feel great about their chances in terms of winning this through the through the search and destroy.
Yeah, I mean, No, definitely not. You go back to the predictions. That's why even I was the one that at least gave them the benefit of the doubt with taking 2 maps, because if it goes 5, yeah, it's tough to spin it. At Stalwart will be able to complete it, but I digress. Look, they were able to at least have a 7-5 win versus Luminosity, and that is super respectable as far as 2 of their wins in Search and Destroy yesterday.
They have fans, they have cams.
1-7 versus Gallerus, who of course are a very good Search and Destroy
Everything
team.
to keep your phone cool.
Of what this one might honestly feel like to Shift's point, you are sharing the stage with a top 2 Search and Destroy team on the weekend.
Yeah. And to be fair, this is Stalwart's map pick.
Sure.
And I think if you were to look at
comfort,
other regions playing up against Chinese teams, I think the rule of thumb is you have to
Sus Rogue game info.
They did when they won CDSI. They won their Search and Destroy.
I think that's like a chalk.
That has to be, I think, the key to victory for every team playing up against X-Rock, Q9, or Wolves when we eventually see them.
Yeah, I mean, the firing range is always kind of a toss-up, because, I mean, it's one of those map mode combinations. To your exclaim about Apocalypse Hardpoint, we've had this around for quite some time, so you feel like that there could be some unknown variables, potentially, for it to come all the way through. Again, when these 2 teams last faced off against each other, which was not too long ago, they did play that Express Search and Destroy, and it ended 9-4. So
yeah, not bad.
I would say that the armor is not impenetrable, but you're definitely going to have to work real hard when it comes down to firing range, really finesse your angles. We just want to see good utility being used to unearth some of these positions that you know that the sniper rifles in Q9's hands will be lurking at.
It's just one of those things, like, and it's something to keep an eye on throughout the day, is how often are these teams going to say, let's take the sniper 1v1? Like, let's actually voluntarily square up, see who wins that opening battle, as we're already into the action here in round number 1, and nades have already landed from Mount Shi on the Clove. That's over towards the B side of the map, which Stalwart
So playing S&D.
seem to want to try to push through. The MG's already up and
Oh, he's spraying, dude.
and he's saying, I've got damage and I'm trying to force the issue, but a late stun does land and it gets us to a 4v4.
I don't like how late this assistance might have honestly been, and now that the rotation comes through, you're not even going to be able to find an exit. So 4v4, we will wrap all the way back over towards A, but the benefit of doing that tin push, you'll be right back to assist your team for this push.
3 players for Q9 have already
It's the last live stream.
of course, even getting a little bit further forward, unable to hit his first shot.
I hope you're watching this thing to get your free character, right? Mario Bros. Yesterday there was a free character they offered to people who watched this thing yesterday for 3 hours. So if you watch it, you get a free character yesterday. If you missed that one, you can get a better character today.
But it may not matter because the bomb's being planted at B.
Gonna have to at least get through.
I hope you... The one you see on my thumbnail for this video is the one I got for free.
That is actually criminally insane.
Oh, they saw him though. And shot up is deciding, do I want to play sandbags or want to play inside the site? He's going to opt to play sandbags. Time ticking away, starting to lean back towards B. Difficult 1v2 here for Uling. He's cleared out a lot of the backside of the site, but now here's the difficult part. How do you work your way into the actual bomb site itself? Nade being cooked. This would need to land. And, well...
Oh, he got it. He sees him. He gets that information. Does the team lane pro? No, he stood up. He stood up. He's going to the bomb. He's going to return. Oh.
You cannot make up that faith that IG had to have for shot up. I mean, yeah, I would also trust shot up if he had to watch my cross like that. But, you know, it's one of those things, you get naded. Typically, our first reaction is just to move. That's the exact way that Uling wanted, but not to be played into those hands. A nice little bounce back for Stalwart when they seemed that they were down.
Yeah, opening shot. Okay, shot up also able to find Sun. So an early 5v4. FDX getting at least some consideration for his position. A couple of shots coming out towards him. Still fine and dandy, though, as the defense for Q9 is going to be tested here. One player playing a little bit more aggressively through mid. It's a little bit of a crossfire setup inside of the trailer with Chen on an R9. So he's going to be stuck there for pretty much the rest of the round.
Taking down of Sun, that's a big scope out of the way. As the push starts to manifest all the way through jungle, you do have 2 defensive players here. They're guarded by a trophy.
See, if you're watching this Mario Bros, take notes. They always use toughness, lightweight, and dead silence for their snipers. Fast ADS and snipers. For buffering, I think we need to reduce the quality.
So, one thing, right, is that I turned down okay with this one, or are you okay with the one before?
Don't tell me. I have to restart.
That's going to be a good freebie onto Chen, and now you just back up.
So close.
A, which is wide open, and the only one left is Curly trying to rotate back through 10.
Oh, maybe. My brain would definitely go there, but what a great opening for Stalwart Esports. Again, going against everything that we've said so far. Q9 kind of get mixed up with what Stalwart are throwing their way.
So we have 100% on SE winning this match between Q9. 100% of you guys said SE is going to win.
To take that 1v1 sniper battle early is Q9, so different kind of more reserved identity in this round 3 defense than what we had seen previously.
Just waiting for the timing. Maybe someone could overextend. It's gonna be so frustrating for Q9.
We have to play extremely passive on this map.
But you are on defense. You realistically don't have to move. Late stun going inside of 10 looked like it did connect. At least
Ooh. Ooh. If that was a little bit higher.
I mean, he hit him in the elbow. It's just real tough because I don't think you would normally check that angle.
Yeah.
So the fact that he does, finds the tag, and pushes Mauchi back into the deep side of 10, which now puts a little bit more pressure on this double stack over into trailer, because they will not have anyone watching their mid-cross as much as they had previously. But time is running out here. Lots of nades are still available for both sides, including a defensive retake smoke if they want it from Mauchi. So he's the important one to kind of keep an eye on from the defensive standpoint. This is bold.
Seconds. You gotta go. They're just gonna flood inside of 10. The timing is good enough for Curly to find all 3.
That's solid.
Just swings wide for
SE, bro.
Waited so long for the perfect moment to pounce. It just turns out that
SE sold.
Yeah, and again, I kind of was trying to tally who had thrown what early for Stalwart. It seemed like they would have had plenty of nades still left, but instead of throwing anything into trailer, they just try to flood it. And that double setup on the crossfire is perfect. So maybe the first moment where you look at Stalwart and say, what went wrong there? Lots of nades and smokes being thrown over towards the middle of the map. Different setup again here for Q9.
There's one with an MG42. There we go.
This time it's Chen inside of trailer, but with an MG. So he's got to play this a little bit more passively. There's not a lot of help for him unless Curly can find something on his cross.
How much late utility do you still have for the inevitable execute that has to come your way if you are Stalwart? Whatever information they saw previously and from the previous execute that did not go their way, they're wanting to almost play for a combined 4 Chow.
Yeah.
Backside of B.
And the problem about this is Uling is watching this corner, and Mauchi, who was
Oh, nah, he gets some info. Nah, double kill.
Now the rotation in.
Where does that nade go? Is it a nade angle?
We'll keep him out of the picture for just a while longer. Most importantly, though, you have another player just hanging in the form of, I think that's Chen, towards A. So this defense is all about, can you get a good one-for-one contact on this eventual hit towards B?
That's because they don't have the information yet. Curly's still playing on this one-off angle. He starts shooting, and, well,
Oh, he got flamed.
will lose their life because of it. So now you got Chen and Sun.
Yeah.
All the way over by 10. Just trying to figure out how do you break this 2v4.
Yeah, and IG's in a great spot, top 10 here. He is just going to be a killer of time at worst. Couple of tags.
He has to rotate.
Now from Sun, this has to find success. Clears off top, useless. Nothing there. Now it's just down to, can he get the shot over towards Clove? Not going to see it, apparently. Chen is instead going to be at mid. Sun trying to work his way forward. Not going to happen, and Chen's not any success through mid. Stalwart's offense looking really
SE is pretty good at S&P, eh?
That's why I posed the question. I was like, I didn't count with all these sprites going across the mini-map on what stuns could possibly be left, but it's that exact reasoning. They're learning from what happened to them previously on that B execute, so the late stun allows them to get that much further forward from the damage found previously on Uling. Wonderfully done for Stalwart. Now they have a 2-round lead again.
Early nades on both sides towards B jungle. Trophy's denying a lot of it. That's every single frag has been thrown towards B closet. And Q9 doesn't care. They've got one defender in the form of Mauchi. He's holding deep. Everything else is all about focus in towards middle of the map.
Hey, come on, screw
Just a
back.
slight rotation over for now with shot up trying to find some wall bangs. Nothing's going to land for now. And things will once again just go back to the same kind of passive 5v5 that we've had every single round to this point.
Yeah. Again, it comes down to the timing of the execute. You utility, everything. Late nade going towards showers. Will dodge FDX narrowly.
I think when I get the DRH skin.
At least have somebody watching the exit over towards wood, but some late utility being thrown over towards B. It's gonna alarm some individuals coming back this way.
Clove just gets caught trying to get aggressive. Follow up now, and this hit through closet is going to force Q9 to rotate back. One player will hold towards A, but this is fully a stalwart hit towards the B site, and they're finding kills everywhere except for on the road.
Nice.
Now can they
He
isolate?
gets traded off.
It all's going to come down to what can Chen find on this rotation. He still has a nade available. It's being cooked. Does this land? It's placed in a pretty decent spot. IG's down to a single point of health, but the health shot up is better. Stalwart get 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a tough situation. You're really hoping for the nade to be able to
Nice.
get damage, but still hanging out behind the bomb from that push.
Destroy the objective.
Could have gone 2 different ways. Even if Mauchi found another kill, stayed alive for such a long time over by tires, just was not good enough. Stalwart's offense have Q9 baffled.
Passive once again. Different look for Q9.
Is this an angle that I don't know?
Initially tried for just a piece of timing to check outside a closet, not going to work out for anything. Now the rotation back towards A, thinking, hey, we've shown Stalwart, we've got members here at B.
That place is well bangable.
See if we can catch something on the other side towards A. But again, Stalwart is just happy to play patient, wait for the 45-second mark before they execute on anything.
Just trying to get as much
Woo! Nice.
And shot up will find that first blood on the Chen.
Shade.
Does that open up the A side? I mean, look at the response coming through. They're trying to repick up all the way through mid. They're expecting it to come back over towards B, and why wouldn't you? Stalwart have been loving
MG42s are coming out.
Interesting because
That was a nice snipe kill, bro.
looking for the sniper deep. The fact that he flicks down to find Chen in a weird spot is an impressive first blood. And now it's a 5-man stack over towards the other side of the map. There are no snipers here. This is just AR gameplay for Q9's defense. Clove, first one in. MG42 responsible for middle. Hold on a second. The Odin coming to life here all of a
Did
sudden.
Tribe win the playoffs? Yes, they did.
That actually stops the bomb from being planted with assistance.
Tribe is gonna be after Luminosity. After the Luminosity match.
Great realization from Sun. Hey, I should probably check
Oh, a quick scope.
and the patience, but on the other side pays off, albeit being first blood in a very, very crazy way. At least you walk away with 2.
Yeah, and I think for Q9, just to kind of give credit where credit is due in that last defense, they know that they've been stunned up a lot backside of that car on the backside of B towards tires, so they stay even further back away from it. You avoid getting stunned, and those long-range angles end up working out. So we swap the sides. Q9 now on the offense. Initial efforts towards A. There's 3 stuns being tossed, and the hit behind the smoke will start to ensue. Clove has nowhere to go.
The Fennec is always the major player in this tournament.
Should, even a late nade should confirm it. There's going to be a little 1v1 outside of wood. IG would be able to really throw a wrench into this post point. Should he find the skill, but the timing's not favorable.
Not at all. Mauchi's taking the long route as well.
I love that.
Yep. It seems to be somewhat transmitted though to Stalwart, and they will take down Uling initially. Shot up. I believe he knows that Chen's in the corner. Smoke will come down. This is your retake smoke. Chen has been stunned as well. Here comes the play forward, but do they have an idea that Mauchi's playing behind them? Shot up needs a turn. He does find the kill. Now it's all about what's in front of you. Chen in the corner. Good for the first hit.
Nice.
Beautiful read from Chen. Initially looked like he was going to be isolated, but not the case as he finds the final 2.
Pretty stark comparisons as far as how offenses like the first 30 seconds to go in their firing range offenses. Just no hesitation. Able to push all the way across the test dummies.
Watch mid. If you don't see mid, then if you don't see them on the rotation or you don't hear them going towards the rotation, you push towards B. But they're playing perfect to get their wall banks.
Over towards top 10, or at least clear it in some regard. And they will say, okay, no contact here. Let's get to work setting up over for, again, this A hit. And this is another thing to kind of keep an eye on. Q9 in their last round, it's 3 stuns and a push, then a plant. As soon as you get the site opened up, that is, again, just textbook Call of Duty, and they're setting up for the same thing again. There's the frags over the top, trying to delete the trophy systems. Doesn't fully work out. There's the offensive smoke behind him, and Clove steps up and goes 1 for 1. That'll slow down the push.
Even the delayed nades that came over the top to kind of mask this push still allowed the 1 for 1 at the very least, but now they're getting the heck out of dodge. They're leaving Mauchi behind, but IG able to at least get back inside of wood. Can't walk away with a kill now. 4v3.
If they get the plans, then they'll get enough information.
Attack smoke is supposed to be the green light to go.
Yeah.
So Clove going 1 for 1 stops everything. IG is going to need to learn that as soon as their execute is foiled, they're going to wrap back. So he gets a little bit punished for that. And off that elimination, Q9 will still get a plant together. Flash over the top, not going to allow for too much for Stalwart, but they still pick up onto 1. Shen holds, shakes off the status, while meanwhile there's a 1v1 on the other side of the map. Shot out versus Sun. This is an important one, and I love the help. It's just so damn good. Skurd, now last one left, 1v3, nowhere to go. Talk about trusting your teammates.
Well, it's even more like it's the visual representation that you get to see on always thinking about the future. Hey, I need help. I need to stay alive. Even if they do have numbers, just giving up the previous angle Mauchi comes to keep his teammate alive is so important because that teammate over by Showers is the clutch position should something happen from the push out of American. So again, just Q9, always playing for the future. It is brilliant. We now have a tie game.
Aggressive nades defensively through B at jungle. Nothing's going to land, but Q9 will need to consider the opportunity that maybe one of the Stalwart members have pushed through jungle. So they're going to have to play a little bit more passive on this approach, at least initially, to take care of that potential concern. And they may even try to re-clear jungle before they actually form their eventual hit.
This one's next.
And always have to ask the question, do you see some utility for Q9? It's going to shroud this push. 2 players still left behind, worried about the push all the way over by Woods. You have a 3v2 over here.
Oh, then this is what I'm talking about. Q9 know that Stalwart are likely playing forward behind those aggressive nades. Skurd in trouble, does back up to a little bit more safety. He's got a player on his cross towards B, and at the same moment, ooh, the push forward from Clove. He should know there's some sort of a track backwards. This comes down to what the timing looks like. He finds himself in the enemy lines, has one lined up, but he can't finish the kill. Oh no, looked like he was about to blow the play wide open. Instead, now Q9
Even the slightest little bit of trigger discipline probably could have let 3 pass before they checked that one little corner. 2v3, numbers for the defense.
Got a hit. First shot misses for shot up. Yeah, and he knows there's not going to be a second chance, not with Sun still alive. Smoke out. This should lead to a plant. I just love how Q9 commit. We use our utility, we plant behind it. Give yourself an advantage. Exactly. Nice snap from FTX. Now has the Fennec in hand. Here comes the Flood. They have not seen Curly yet. This would be a 1v3, but as they clear the site, they know he has to be playing in towards mid sandbags. Do they have the opportunity to double hit this?
No, they don't.
It works, but it works, but you really did give Curly an opportunity to be able to clutch that play, isolating yourself just like that. But I do love the reciprocation, like we were talking about. I also am very appreciative of how Q9 have no hesitation. They are decisively taking over the site once they realize that they do have an opportunity to do so. Yep. Stalwart on that retake, even in a 3v2, do not hesitate themselves. Just get back inside the closet, try to overwhelm them with their numbers, albeit into that last 1v1 was a little strange, but nonetheless, Stalwart take the lead right back.
This is a really important round right here.
Yes, it is.
For Stalwart, it gives you a chance to say, we've learned what Q9 likes to do on their offense, and we can adjust to it. And I love the idea of this. They're playing counter flash positions on A. These hits towards A for Q9 have been nades to destroy trophies, smoke and flash beyond that, get the quick plant. Now you're playing back. So you have a chance to counter nade this execute if Q9 show their hand by way of those 3 flash executes.
Early nades, stuns, won't connect past the test dummies. A nade gets eaten on the response for Q9, which won't come up with anything at all. But your biggest problem is the angle that FTX is currently playing as well. How do you get FTX out of this position?
You don't.
You just gotta gun him.
You have to smoke it and hope he doesn't hit. That's all it is.
That's another good play.
Here we go. There's the smoke. There's the nades. This is all about trying to destroy the trophies. Next will be the stuns. And this is now where all of a sudden Stalwart has to be throwing counter nades. They should know that, yep, here comes the plant. And the counter nades are perfect. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. Stalwart has learned their lessons, and they're playing 4D chess. Sun tries to do what he can, but that is a beautiful response for Stalwart.
Nice.
Where Mauchi has to be coming from mid, but actually elects to rewrap through the test dummies. But the timing is just terrible. You know that the bomb has been dropped over here. You have trailer control. Shot up. Just has to swing upon the confirmation, even the angle being tossed out.
Nah, he's not gonna win that one.
It's just harmonious search and destroy being played on the main stage here on a Saturday. Fantastic. fantastic stuff for Stalwart Esports, realizing that Q9 do rely on their late utility through the smoke to be able to get them their
So Tribe moved on, and who are you rooting for? It's either Luminosity Gaming, Q9, and Tribe. Godlike is out of the tournament, so they are gone. So that's the day I'm rooting for.
It's looking like it's going to have to be a mid retake, at least through mid. You do have at least one player. Curly is watching that. He's going to get damage on the cross. Not expecting for this angle to be held, but win condition set here for Q9 to get 5.
Sun watching the long flank, misses the first set of shots. Still has a safe angle to play off of.
Ooh!
FDX gets the gloves up. Sun still in trouble. This could still work. Repinch on the way from FDX. Does he get timing? No. It's being watched by Uling. Chen still holding with the KRM inside a trailer, and he will find the final shot to keep this thing tight.
And the timing there on the retake.
That KRM, bro.
Was just not good at all. I mean, IG was still clearing everything over by showers, but you're still trying to quickly, with a blaze of glory, try to get inside a trailer. It's just missed timing, but definitely an opportunity for Stalwart to try to yoink that round away. But Q9 keep it interesting. They keep it within one. Stalwart still up on that point.
Oh, how about this though?
I just watched the what you call this, the thing inside the Call of Duty mobile app, and you're going to get the free character skin. Just watch 3 hours of it. If you missed the one for yesterday, oh, whoa! Wow, that was quick.
Gotta retake now. Could be here for a while. Strap yourselves in. It's gonna be a wild ride. The more that these teams play against each other in the past 12
rounds.
Learning more and more on what each other like to do. Back to the offense now for Stalwart Esports, who do love to hold on.
No, that nade.
Nice nade.
Yeah.
That was a nice nade, dude.
Inside a trailer will work out, and if you're Stalwart right here, I would love for you to find a little bit more pressure onto A. You don't have your smoke anymore, so there's no chance to dive into trailer. But can you put a little bit of pressure towards back barrels? You know that that's where the only defense could be at A, and instead, they're going to try to see if they can take their numbers advantage towards B. It just comes down to, can they clear these players out backside of the site?
It is very different than what we have seen previously. Sun's nades over the top. The MG42 can only go 1 for 1, but it's Curly back behind the boxes. Also has the read on the third, and it sits nearby.
That's a risky call from Stalwart. We'll talk more about that in a moment, as they still have to commit onto this B site.
If there is no mythic, I am out.
So you know that
nah, there's no mythic, bro. You just get like camo skins. I got a dancing camo skin for the DLQ and a good character skin. But they won't give mythics. It's not for global. They don't offer free mythics.
Just play the 3v2 retake. Might be a 2-1 split once they do get the mutual information, but here's the hesitation coming through, at least for IG and FDX. They've just been expecting somebody to egregiously overchow, and they've given up the entirety of the map.
Does his team to his left? Oh, that's his teammate.
Have cleared tires though, so FDX can try to get back over towards the car. He's going to have an angle, but it's not going to work out.
Played.
It's such a good call.
Nice.
And I love the fact that you call it, they're playing just for a retake, because they know that Stalwart don't have numbers. Right. They know they have to clear deeper and decide if they want to get a plant. What does that mean? It's going to take time. So they have a free wrap to come around from behind. It's just really good awareness from Q9.
But it's the lack of awareness for the execute for Stalwart. Again, the stuns and the nades, it is a lot of risk, because you're not expecting Q9 to have this very similar setup. But here comes back the offense. Now Q9 up on that point.
And Q9 looking to take the smoke play into trailer, and they will isolate. Oh. Well done. Curly now has a post plant set up. The problem is, do they have anyone to clear out this backside barrel?
No, they can't clear it out.
Nade smoke still alive for Stalwart.
Unless they have trophies. A quick plant. Okay.
Over the top does not land. So now they're going to have to play retake, and you have to be wary about what's in trailer. Someone needs to hit, and it's going to have to be shot up.
Hey!
Clean up.
That was a clean up.
The next couple rounds needs to come through. It's FDX against
Oh, no. Nice.
It's just getting rewrapped on. Shots from behind, though. Alert him that there is a player behind him, but it's just not going to be found. Q9 take the search 8-6. And I will say, again, Stalwart did what they needed to do to play some good chess.
What do you mean by last stream?
The small
Well, this is my last stream because I have to focus on like school and assignments and exams. But this is the last live stream on this channel and on Kick, and then there'll be a last video on the second channel. It'll come out either between this week or next week. If you're subscribed to the second channel, then you'll see the video out. I'll keep you guys posted. Just know there's a last video coming out. This is my last live stream. My last video is coming on the second channel. But I'll be back in November. November 20 November 20 or 24.
Stalwart gets the opening nade pick onto trailer. It's a guessing game because Q9 have sometimes had Uling playing at B with a sniper.
Q9 is really winning, eh? Like that nade throw and that quick scope with the Tundra. Oh.
Because you have to have somebody watching that corner through barrel, and they say, let's avoid the scope. Let's try to isolate over towards beyond the boxes. The stuns don't fully land though, and wouldn't you know it, Curly's holding an MG over the top.
Thanks, man.
Rifle that time, and Curly walks away with 3 to give them that advantage.
Slightest alterations, but the one constant is in fact Curly. 17 and 11. That's a hell of a lot of engagements through the rounds of search and destroy that we saw. 13 and 9 out of Uling. Said to keep a close eye on what that cat is about to do going in towards search and destroy. And wouldn't you know it, was pretty
They're all bronze, bro.
From the 2 usual suspects from that map number 1 for Q9 now lead them 2-0 over Stalwart. And Stalwart coming into this control, I mean, at least you know that it could be a more favorable game mode for you, but 0-2 back against the wall versus this Chinese team of Q9 that you have yet to beat before.
Yep.
That is a hard mental bounce back.
I will say though, and again, I think the veto process worked out decently here for Stalwart. Control is the one map that, as I said, kind of in my prediction, I had a 3-1. I had Stalwart winning the control. They also got Seaside, which they played a lot of at CDSI, is also their best mode at CDSI. I've only had a chance to play it once so far on the weekend through the Swiss.
Yeah.
But I think that Stalwart will be very happy to have a chance to get themselves to a map 3 on a map that they like in Seaside, with a chance to then go to a summit hard point where they've been great. It's just going to hurt because there were moments there in map 1 that they could have at least kept the map tighter, if not possibly won it. Same situation there for the firing range. So it's the small little gaps here and there that may have Stalwart feeling a little bit more mentally taxed than you'd think.
I definitely agree with that. I think that this could be a very good game mode that you could catch them lacking, as Control historically has never been, I guess, so favorable, but they have been playing it a whole lot longer going into this Worlds comparatively than where the Chinese region were going into last.
Dude, I have like 2 more hours left.
Someone needs to consistently step up and slay out. I think that that could honestly be the biggest difference in between the scoreline being as respectable as it was.
Let me quickly show you guys which skin I got in my last the last one that I watched. So it's this one. Was it worth it? Yep. And I'm so close to like finishing Alcatraz.
I knew great progress. Crazy.
So that's the character I got from watching the thing. Yesterday's one. Maybe this one we're about to get the DRH. This DRH skin. And if we're talking about the DLQ skin, it's sort of like a dance. It's not that good DLQ skin.
When they played Crossroads and they played Raid. But Arsenal and Seaside are different monsters. They don't play anywhere near the same because the map largely relies on can you spawn trap better than your opponent can. Do Q9 have that ability to give that understanding, know when the windows are to do that, and then successfully pull it off? Because even watching the last map with X-Rock, their executes were great, but sometimes they were getting punished trying to push across the map. So that's, I think, kind of where the question is can Q9 be better at that than X-Rock, where even though, of course, X-Rock...
Can your brother play Codm on PC?
Yeah.
You can ask him. Can you play Codm on PC?
Stalwart has been doing across this entirety of the series, barring some rounds in Search and Destroy, is being unpredictable.
Can you play Codm on PC?
That's why, you know, if you want to go
One of the persons asking, can you play Codm on PC?
in between the modes, you go back towards that
Yeah, you can, bro. He's good with keyboard.
Both Shift and I here on the desk of just somebody just needs to hit a route. That could have been a difference maker, and someone getting creative rather than just taking the.
He's good with keyboard and mouse.
It's just the small things, and I think that's again where the conversation for X-Rock comes into play, where what makes them so good, fundamentally sound. It's the same thing we were praising Q9 for in that map one.
Yep. It's just, oh man, it's so tough because I think the macro conversation that we haven't really touched on yet, but merits the talking point. How do you reverse sweep a Chinese team with a Tunisia map 5 still waiting?
And that's the next conversation, right? Because if you're Q9, you're going into control. I mean, albeit a weaker game mode for them, like, you're still happy because you have the Summit Hardpoint map 4, and even if you lose that, you're going to Search and Destroy, which, again, you should be confident on. You are flawless on it throughout the entirety of the weekend. This one, the closest Search and Destroy they've had thus far, but on to Tunisia Search and Destroy, that's where Wuling should feel more than comfortable.
Yeah, and again, in terms of map pool, because that's always a conversation since China plays it a little bit differently, is Tunisia, Firing Range are the two most played Search and Destroys in this pool. Coastal would have been the other one, but we don't have Coastal in the pool. They were not strong in terms of reps on Kurahana. They were not strong in terms of reps on Takeoff. So I think, again, just kind of looking at the international side of things, you want to try to put them there. The fact that Q9 get a Firing Range and they get a Tunisia feels like a steal away. Plus, then you take the hardpoint conversation in the mix. The most played hardpoint map that China has played is Summit. So it's like between that and Hacienda, but mostly Summit has been kind of one of the linchpins for success for these three Chinese teams. So again, Q9 is going to feel great about how this map pool came to be.
Start of vape.
It's just going to always be slim pickings when you're looking at a lot of these different
I think they're using chalk. This is like chalks that they're rubbing on their thumbs.
teams because of how much consistency that they do have. And I think that the same conversation is right there for Stalwart, given the simple fact that you have to.
They're also wearing thumb sleeves. For those that play on phone, that's what we need, thumb sleeves. That's why their aims are so accurate.
Your most comfortable, but are also their best maps. Very slim pickings, but without further ado, map number 3 is very much so could be the last map mode combination for Stalwart Esports. Should they not win this here and try to force it into a map 4?
The other side of this whole thing is like, we're digging into like the whole chess game of how the vetoes work, how certain like minimal moments go throughout the maps, but we only get to have those conversations. We see two squads that are playing great COD, and right now these two teams are playing some pretty great COD. Agreed. So that's why we dig into the nerdy side for all of you guys.
So they're challenging control, they got that nade information. Odin is still out, so Odin is meta.
Towards B, Stalwart's going to really invest their defense on the A side of the map through Winery and then try to re-wrap through middle, but as they lose shot up, Q9 are very aware that this next hit has to be coming through U-Haul.
That's just the stack immediately inside the zone, just trying to bait them. Timing for at least 2 is not favorable, but Sun's scope, because of course it is, going to be able to find 2. So B zone still being worked on, second segment locked.
And Shotup's going to just test his luck, and
He gets cooked.
what happens when you test your luck. Okay, Sun just slides out, finds a quick scope, and now the B zone is gone. Entry towards A, still being worked on as Chen is just hanging out, waiting to see if he can
Nice trophy.
for a spawn trap. Does not
The
find
Makarov
elimination,
pistol
though,
is
so
being used a lot.
strong response here for Stalwart, but they still have to defend for another 2 minutes.
Yeah, they sure do. And look what immediately came of that convincing kill feed that they finally got for themselves. They're only trailing by 1 life, but they do send 2 players to maybe try to get a couple of exits from the spawn of Q9. It's exactly what you have to do when it comes down to the circle and chess game that is being played at Seaside Control.
And Chen can get to work with the KRM, clearing out top bar, and over towards Secret.
Oh, nice.
The flank is great from church side, and now all of a sudden the defense is scattered, trying to retreat back to safety as FDX. Has a type 19 to work.
Codm and Panic are rules used because they are banned. Because they banned the PP. Of course, bro. I know, they banned it like the PP 50 Mythic or... Oh! Nice! Good pace. Oh! They're taking down his lives. So yeah, they banned the PP50 Mythic because that thing is busted. But the one they should have buffed was the Odin because it's 2-tap. The upper body.
Curly also got a Predator missile at the end of it as well. And it just goes back to the consistency of you you have Curly, Uling, Mauchi, Chen, any one of these guys, including what you just saw from Sun, can pop off just like that. Insanity.
Unreal stuff. Star now have to put together some sort of formidable response, and it's in the face of operators and kill streaks after ready. Curly has already shown dominance with the equalizers. When does he want to pull those out? Well, Mauchi is still going to work on the left-right combo. Gloves aren't going to connect, obviously, and Stalwart will have some early entry towards the point, but immediately get pushed back out. Mid-map focus with maybe a chance for Clove to work on a bit of a spawn trap. He's got an R9, so he's just going to be playing this over.
Yeah, you can't really do much with the R9 close range.
Tough sometimes. Not the gun you want. Nope, 1v1, but the War Machine down in the winery and the barrels. Might just have to keep them at bay a little bit longer. You got double progress currently working, splitting defenders up, but IG is just able to find value after value with each grenade.
They're running overclock now.
And the 1v1 over towards
To speed boost their, what they call it, their perks.
That's enough for a double stack to start to ensue over towards B. This is a chalk and rotate moment here for Q9, trying to get aggressive, but getting punished. Good response here from Shot, still holding over towards this tight corner. Needs help though, and help is on the way.
Took out the trophy, nice.
IG able to connect. Odin in hand for him. They're still trying to find Shen in this back corner, who's done well to kind of avoid a lot of this incoming utility, and he's going to come up from behind with the Purifier. Oh, the timing on that pullout is absolutely beautiful.
Ooh, if he's leading to cover, he was going to get that 3-piece.
Q9 will be bounced out of the point.
So good progress, and just for under 10 minutes, you also have to take a look at the lives. 17v10. Skurr went AWOL over by that A control zone, and that's the lead that you currently see right now. You can relentlessly assault this. Skurr now with the claw just slides on in for 2.
Trying to get number 3, will be able to find it. 15
Dude, I have no idea.
Annihilator we had out for FDX, really trying to pack a bit of a punch. But this round will likely go the way of Stalwart. The offense absolutely perfect for both sides. All 3 ticks captured, and that's enough to get us tied up going into the 3rd round.
Yep, even Stevens going in towards the 3rd, back towards Q9's offense.
We're in qualifying.
Learn from Stalwart to be able to combat it against this coming in towards this one. No, you do have a Pred missile in the back pocket of Sun. You do have Curly and Mauchi's operators should they decide to pull that out. Nothing in response for Stalwart Esports that's going to pull some explosivity on what Q9 is currently playing with. So they're going to take it through mid, trying to get over towards A first.
Trophy systems are down. IG kicks this off for the first. Curly equalizers out. He's kind of baited into pushing into the Stalwart defense, and that's only going to lead to a single elimination. So not the most efficiency there. Nice moment from Mauchi to hold on, make sure that this Stalwart defense can't push too far forward, but there is at least one player lurking. That is Skirt around.
Dude, they're all wearing black skins, man. Confused. I think the black skin helps camouflage more.
Here comes Skirt on the pinch, shut down off the spawn from Uling, and that's going to be enough now for the stack to be in at A.
Slow capture though, and that's because Chen here with the Q9 started to push all the way up into the fencing.
Oh, got straight off.
There is assistance now though, so Q9 might have thought that they had numbers, but Clove just flies on in for 2. Uling feels like he has to pull the War Machine. Yeah, plays crazy with this combination back map.
Okay.
And Stalwart just has to stay back and wait for it to expire. They do so perfectly. Absolutely well done, and then you hit for your retake. This is good clinical Call of Duty, friends. Absolutely beautifully done. FDX turns that into 3, waiting for that War Machine to expire, and now IG's got one of his own as he tries to take the attention up towards the top statue, and IG's going to connect for now 3 in this life. Maybe more to come as he moves in towards checkers, and he finds Chen. Really well done as Stalwart's defense now has the map, they've got the time, and they've got the lives.
25 seconds remain. Sun saw all the value that was being pulled for Stalwart Esports and their operators and thought the Predator missile should be helpful. Nobody was in a position to try to gain value from that after your team was still in the spawn. So now you're desperately trying to get across the map. 20 seconds remains. 15 plays up against 9.
And they're going to try to run right into Shot Up, who's got the R9 ready to go. Split focus here for Q9, just trying to get into one of the zones. Doesn't really make a difference which one at this point. Just something to stop the clock. 14 plays 7. Opportunity to open things up at B. The defense still putting a lot of value onto the A side of the map. 6 seconds on the clock. If you get all 3 ticks, you'll add an extra minute, which would be huge for Q9's attempts. And Stalwart, they look like they want to set up to try to re-break this, but they don't have the numbers to do so. And this could get dangerous. If they commit to this and lose lives, it's going to be even in the life count, and they will get picked apart. 2nd tick done, 3rd on the way, and Q9 have made this manageable 5v9.
This is where you cannot afford to scam if you are Q9. You do have a winnable situation here. You do have 2 operators in the back pocket for 2 different Q9 members. Should you want to use it, the only thing in response would be Shadow. It would be so good if you can get at least one of these operators out for Stalwart, but there's Sun with a sniper first blood.
And the problem is Skirt only sees one. He doesn't know how many players are making this play around the back. And there's time for Q9 to set up a bit of a spawn trap here. They could farm a kill a couple of times over and turn this into essentially a 5v5. Clove comes back to the play, only gets one. Now the hit from the back starting to look good. Stalwart are split. This is winnable, super winnable in fact. The clock is stopped at 36 seconds. Stalwart trying to get a bit of a surround. Chen shut down from one side. Sun trying to respond with a Sparrow. Looking decent for now. Here comes the pitch, though. Only gets one with it. FDX has got the Annihilator out. You got to find the contact. Q9 still winning in the gunfight. 2v1 situation. Curly with the equalizers. IG trying to make his way back through. He needs a touch. He needs a contest. He's not going to be able to. And Q9 pull off a 5v9.
Ready up.
There's about a good 8 life lead there at one point, friend.
Dude, it's because Skur only sees one.
Yeah, he only gets that one bit of information, but I mean, it's just the overextension immediately gets punished. They're all playing from within the zone, and it's just a flip of a hat that Q9, once they are in possession, they can dictate the pace. That is going to be punishing, especially with the Annihilator being pulled there in desperation at the end. So you just have the Sparrow. Sun has a sniper rifle. Shadow can only find one.
Defense already playing forward. Purifier out for Chen. Not a great spot for it, but may not make much of a difference as Curly calls in the Pred missile. That will land. Mauchi in a little bit of trouble with the Annihilator out. Connects onto one. Regen still waiting to come through fully. Gets back to full health. Stalwart not being trapped yet, but it's on the way. Oh, and Mauchi knows there's a player playing topside rooftops. Not going to be needed, though, as Q9 will pick it up, and now they've got him completely pinned up over towards the top side of the spawn.
Clove going to get caught.
Pain.
And this is
pain.
So when you look up in the COD Mobile dictionary of losing full and stuck in your spawn, seaside control is the exact thing that pops up. Pred missile also for insult to injury. IG has to pull out a War Machine just to get out of their freaking spawn. There's 3 kills to come through, but still Q9 members hanging around the joint.
Yeah, and Uling on the staircase, just too difficult of a position to push him out of. That's a 25 play 7. Oh, Stalwart. This, again, another map that you're going to look back at one moment and say, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Last 8 seconds, last attempts to try to get this alive. His Sun will drop, the clock will stop, but it's a 22v4. Q9 have done everything they need to walk away with a 3-0.
Yeah, it's looking likely. Miracles might happen, but not on this main stage, not today, as Uling will just dance around the arches. Curly will finish with 25 eliminations, 23 for Sun. The majority of those all coming by way of the sniper rifle. It's a 3-0, but Stalwart gave them a good shaking. Q9 will move on.
That's just, man, I'm telling you, Stalwart's going to look back on the series, and they're going to see 3 specific moments, one in each map, that if they just did this one thing different, they put themselves in a spot to win all 3 of those maps potentially. It's hard to say. That's not like you made this mistake, you lost map, but it was a big factor of why. You know, not having the rotation discipline to take the long route on Apocalypse. The search and destroy and firing range maybe took them a little bit too long to read what Q9 were doing. Also, just the mistake of getting that first pick at trailer and then going B instead, thinking they're avoiding the sniper rifles. And of course here, you get the information, but it's too late on what Q9 are doing in that 3rd round.
Yeah, it is quite literally the definition. A buzz phrase here for us on the desk is that this is the most competitive a 3-0 could possibly have been. There were ample opportunities for Stalwart to be able to win maps, to be able to not only lead them at certain points in time, but really make it almost feel really sweaty for Q9, who should have walked into this series understanding fully, hey, we just 3-0'd these guys not too long ago. This should be a cakewalk. No, Stalwart came to play this entire weekend, and just as for the Green region as a whole, should feel very, very proud about how far they made it comparatively to what it looked like this time last year.
The other side of things is that Q9 just are not making mistakes.
Correct.
I mean, there were moments that Stalwart found advantages, but it wasn't because Q9 was making mistakes. On the other side, Stalwart did make mistakes, and Q9 did punish them for it. That's what makes this Chinese region so difficult to beat.
Yeah, I definitely would be keeping my eyes on Q9 for the rest of those squads now that the two quick 3-0s to start off our bracket phase of this competition. Q9 moving forward now into the semifinals after closing out that control. And honestly, things are going to be tougher now that we're seeing just how strong the 2 teams that have qualified so far are heading into semis. These are going to be some tough semifinal matches before we even make it to our grand finals.
it's just the shark-infested waters and the I guess the nature that is a single elimination bracket. The volatility is surely felt, and albeit 2 3-0s, you're starting to see a lot of it manifest coming away from that main stage. Some really good slayers, not only the consistency in between yesterday coming in towards today, but just how bad some of these teams want it.
I'll tell you, this is going to be a really fun 8th matchup in the last couple of months between Q9 and X-Rock.
Yeah.
It's a 3-4 tally overall in favor of X-Rock, but the last 3 matches have also gone towards X-Rock. So Q9 are going to be looked at as the underdog for the first time this tournament when they play against X-Rock tomorrow.
Definitely a little bit of something to prove there then for Q9 as well, seeing if they can maybe take them down. Is and of all times to be able to take them down, it would be here in this event. I mean, that would be insane.
They have to do what Wolves couldn't do back when they faced X-Rock up on the main stage. X-Rock made them look silly. Q9 is next up in line here over in Atlanta to potentially see if they can take down the powerhouse that is X-Rock.
Now, of course, that means we're halfway through our matches here on the main stage. If you're just joining us, like I was saying, we have had 2 quick 3-0s so far. The first one going the way of X-Rock, and the one that we just finished up here going the way of Q9. That means we still have 2 more quarterfinal matches that we will be getting to after we do our post-match wrap-up here. But so far, everyone who's made it through to the bracket stage is looking very, very strong. But we're talking about that post-wrap matchup. It's time for F-Dot yet again on the stage for another one of our interviews.
That's us. It's me and Brian and Oling this time around from Qingzhou. So over here, when you guys won, you guys popped off. You guys were screaming. You guys were loud. Why was this win so exciting for you?
所以你们赢的时候为什么那么大声？为什么兴奋那么开心？可以跟我讲一下，是分享一下吗？
因为今年是我们第2次来到亚特兰大，然后去年的话我们比较遗憾的倒在了就是半决赛，然后今年我们在刚才如果我们打赢了 STE， 我们又一次闯入了半决赛，所以我觉得这是一个很值得记住的一个时刻吧。然后我觉得如果是明天，我一定要更往前再进一步。对。
Yeah, so for them, it really touches them hearts that they're here again for the second time, and they're just really excited to be here. And for tomorrow, they've got their eyes forward on winning it all, and to them, it's just different from getting so far compared to last year. It's a like eye opener.
It's real now. They're here, and it's making it happen. So that was a little lofty. I want to get into the weeds here. Stalwart. Backstage, Stalwart has been one of the teams that the squads have been talking about the most. They play really fast, and a lot of these teams have been scared of them, saying that they're one of the better teams. How did you guys take them down so emphatically well?
所以大家都在讲 Stalwart 哦，好厉害，我们好害怕，他们打得好快，但是你们怎么打败他们？那么容易的打败他们？
主要我们跟 ST 也是老对手了嘛。然后可能会比较熟悉他们，我觉得。然后其实今天我们的过程并不顺利，就是我们在 SND 的时候遇到了一些问题，就是前面一度处于劣势吧。然后包括在第3局的那个控制的时候，我们也是比较困难的。所以我想说的是，今天虽然赢了，但是我觉得还是很困难的。对。
So to them, it's not actually that easy. So one of the factors is that they're I think they're long lost teammates. And for them, I believe they mentioned the 3rd round, the control map. That one was particularly difficult for them. So it might have looked like, like you see on the board there, it's a 3-0, but to them it didn't feel like a sweep.
Well, they certainly looked out there and performed pretty well. So again, congratulations, Oling, on the victory. We've got Beast Bomby standing by to chat to the other side.
Thank you so much, F-Dot. Again, I am with Incendio from Stalwart Esports. My dude, you have been in this very stage before, but how does it feel like coaching for a team this time around?
It's easy to coach them actually because they're really pretty good players. You don't have to tell them much. You just have to tell them their mistakes, and they will do the job.
And speaking of, we did hear from Oling that it was not a sweep. It was very close, especially in that S&D. What happened in the matchup? It was very close, but at the very end, you had crumbs, but you were not able to kind of capitalize on them.
I feel like the team played really, really well. China is a very, very good S&D team, we managed to outplay them. Even the casters were impressed that the team managed to pull off a lot of pop flashes, picks offs, and have a very, very good game. So I think we just fumbled a little bit. Could have been better.
And I know that Stalwart has been a team that almost lost 2 players before even getting here to Atlanta, but I just wanted to get your feelings, right? I know that right now a big game has just finished, but how does it feel like to be here in Atlanta, especially with 2 new players, FDX and AG, finally being here in the first time here in the World Championship?
I think they're adapting pretty well, despite they just landed like 2 days ago. So I think they have a blast here, just that too bad we're eliminated.
Man, you looked pretty good.
That was a good match, eh?
Time, competition is really stiff, but I do want to ask you, how is next year going to look like for Stalwart Esports and for you as a coach?
I'm not sure what would go on for next year World Champs because there's a lot of issue going on right now.
A lot,
It's
yes.
more out to play this game, honestly.
Lots of fixes, but it's okay. There's still another year to definitely look forward to. Thank you so much, Incendio, for being so down for this interview. Again, Garino represent. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. There's still a lot
That's
more
some
games
big ass
moving
glasses,
forward.
dude.
Of course, that's not just that. We still have other teams happening today, and we have Brotherhood right here. Definitely no stranger in this competition. And I love that camaraderie.
What?
Stalwart, Garena. Good job bowling. More action for everyone here at home.
This guy looks scared.
嗨，大家好，我们是来自中国的琴酒俱乐部。然后这一次我们来参加亚特兰大的使命召唤世界锦标赛。然后这一次我们的目标就是比去年做得更好，并且争取夺到最后的总冠军。琴酒，加油
Oh, we got the DRH. Nice.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, DHL, and the United States Air Force.
Luminosity. Here we go, Loom.
That was you. What was that? Nah, bro.
He's in the Ohio Theatres. I'm telling you, people in this tournament are mewing, dude.
Are you ready or not?
Vagaboo! A peekaboo!
It's amazing to meet you.
Thus began the adventure of Cargo.
What's happening, DreamHack? What's good so far? All right. You like to hear a little bit of that. You guys are getting ahead of yourselves, though, because I'm going to ask you to get loud real soon. So we've made a lot of friends. I mean, I guess we're saying goodbye to friends. My bad. But we're still making friends out here. That's what it's all about. It is the era of everyone. And I've got some robo-friends along the way. Our homies at DHL have been really, really cool to bring out their big man, Cargo. Everybody say what up to my dude, Cargo. He's got a whole story and some free stuff for you guys. So make it loud, be proud, and say what up to Cargo the Robot. Cargo's out here shaking hands.
Welcome back, Vengeance. Welcome back. We got the DRH skin.
But I'm going to ask you guys to be the influencer. Basically, we have all this
I'm good,
stuff.
don't pinch, I'm good.
We got box as per usual. It's DHL, so get used to boxing things up and shipping them out. And we've got stuff inside it. Things
So
you
we
can
got
wear,
the
things you can throw, things you can play with, and things you can take
DRH
home
skin.
forever.
Let me show you the
How
skin
do
that we
make
got.
happen? You just make a lot of stupid noise.
So let me go to my inbox. There's a skin that we got. I wanna show it to you. If I can open it. So there's the DRH skin. We got a lot of credits. So we got 300 credits, 500 credits, a lot of tournament crates, stickers and all that. All the good shebang bang. Gonna mark that one as red. So I got the same skin for the TLQ, it's just this animated thing. I think it goes well with the character, this skin. How many crates do we have? I've been saving up these tournament crates. 62 crates. God damn. God damn. 62 crates, bruh. Yeah, that's the video that's gonna come out soon. These crates. That's a lot of crates, eh?
Oh, yes, sir. Come on now. Oh, we got the hat. Talk to me nice. You feel me?
Bro, give us CP.
Come on now, sponsor me. You get the stuff, but not the microphone. Give it up for my man coming all the way from a little bit up north.
Imagine. Give us CP, bro. We need like 10,000 CP. That's what we need. Then we can buy all the necessary skins.
Proper inside of that suit now. He's managed to become Cargo of a big fan he was yesterday. Did you see how excited he was for Cargo?
You caught me wildly off guard. I actually think that F might be out of a job with the guy that just won the prizes as well.
Right?
Look, they're doing it all here. My goodness me, Cargo, what a guy.
Love Cargo. I thought you were going to say that it's proper in the box for a second. I was like, I thought that was where you were going.
Told him that he could become Cargo for them. That's what he's got going on.
That makes a lot more sense.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to DreamHack Atlanta, our Call of Duty Mobile World Championships. We are live. It's still day 2. We're halfway through the day already because we have 2 quick 3-0s so far for our first 2 matches. 2 of our teams have made their way through to our semifinals, and we're looking to find the last 2. That's what we're going to start doing here today. Match number 3, right around the corner. This time it's going to be between Luminosity and Gallerus, the last 2 remaining teams from the western side of things. So let's start talking about them a little bit. We'll start things off with LG.
Well, I mean, look, at least we're going to have a Western team there tomorrow, I suppose. Look, for these 2 teams, though, it is a big opportunity for both of them. But for me, looking at LG, for them to get through the way that they did, some big upsets coming through from them. They did so well yesterday, very resolute though, having to go through the long way about it, but they absolutely got the job done to get themselves here to Saturday.
Yeah, and it is a weird story, I think, for LG this year, right? Of course, these are players that, for the most part, were not on the Seminole roster from last year, the LG roster, I should say, from last year that will go all the way towards top 4. These guys have been kind of trailing behind that, and during Season 5 of the Snapdragon Pro Series, they changed that up, right? I mean, they became the #1 team in North America through a new composition of players, and now they quite literally have the entirety of the region on their backs. They are the last North American team in the competition, and they have stiff competition on the other side as well. Look, LG, I think on day number 1, they did kind of breeze through some of the lower level teams. They got through exclusive relatively easily. They had to go to game 3 against Animus and Wolves. Luminosity, I think here, just they're still fighting. They're still fighting to kind of stay alive.
We've got some stats here too, and we actually got to do an interview with AORAF as well yesterday. And we heard some really good thoughts from him after their win. He said that last time around, they came in over a little bit too confident, a little overly confident, and they kind of had to settle themselves down this year so that they can take every single game as it came and take everybody as a tough competitor, not underestimate anyone, and it's actually worked out for them so far.
I mean, you have to do that in Swiss, right? You have to take everybody seriously. We've seen some of the teams that we were maybe expecting to get through, thinking of Vitality, who, okay, maybe they didn't take anybody not seriously, but at the same time, they let games slip. You can't do that when you're in Swiss. LG did a good job coming through 3-1.
Yeah, and I think it is a bit of a different position again for LG comparatively to last year, right? I mean, you are in a totally different position. Last year, going into the tournament, we were like, hey, NA is on top of things. This year, your entire viewpoint of the tournament is different. You are the underdogs this time around.
Absolutely, and then they will be facing off against another potential underdog in Gallerus, a team that we've seen throughout the Swiss succeed under pressure situations, but now we're down to that single elimination time of the competition. It's going to be difficult for them.
Yeah, definitely. Gallerus, I don't think are an underdog anymore. A lot of people are underestimating coming into the tournament. I think after yesterday, that's absolutely not the case. Now, it's important to note that yesterday was not a flawless day by any means. They did still take a couple of losses, notably to both Wolves and Stalwart, but at the end of the day, those are 2 pretty good teams. I think the most impressive thing, though, about Gallerus is very clearly you can see the improvements they've made from SBS Season 5 into Champs. During Season 5 of SBS, they were a flawless control team, but the hard point in Search and Destroy could be a little bit shaky. And at the very least, well, one of those things has been worked on. Their Search and Destroy was phenomenal yesterday. I don't know if it was just the map. They played like 3 takeoffs against top teams, but certainly their Search and Destroy, the way in which they're playing, the different looks they're throwing at their opposition, their strategies is insane. I really like the look of Gallerus right now in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, they look very well drilled when it does come down to Search, and just being able to have those options throughout the entirety of the map is always something nice to have. But they really do need to have improved on hardpoint after yesterday, where they really weren't at the races on that one, and that's a mode you look out for them, and okay, maybe the statistics aren't there, but in this series, it is vitally important that you are able to find that, especially if you're Luminosity, but you need to back those good Search and Destroy stats up with something else as well. You can't just be an SAD team.
And that's something we were talking about in the green room as well. Now that we're at this stage of the competition and just this year's level of competition overall, you can't afford to specialize in only one of these game modes. You need to really make sure that you're nailing down multiple avenues of potential success.
Yeah, it is just right. It's the modes, it's the maps. You can't really be bad at anything at this stage of the competition. It kind of almost loops into the veto conversation a little little bit, right? Where it's just like, you know, if you're bad at something, you almost kind of have to hard veto it. That's a conversation I think coming in the tournament we had about Seaside Control. It's a conversation that does apply to Gallerist, right? Because Seaside Control was a map that they were struggling on yesterday. So yeah, you cannot afford to have a shallow map pool whatsoever. So we have the vetoes here going into this one, and there was a couple of questionable decisions, a couple of things that we kind of expected to see. First and foremost, I expected to see Takeoff, Search and Destroy banned, given how good Gallerist were yesterday in that map mode combination. It did get banned by LG, so good job, LG, on that one. I expected to see Seaside Control gone by Gallerist. That's both the case. What we're left with, though, is kind of a situation here where, LG didn't, they banned Summit Hardpoint versus Gallerist. I was kind of confused by that decision because Gallerist are not that great at Summit Hardpoint. I think we'd have preferred that. And that decision has led the first map in this best of 5 to be a standoff hardpoint, which is Gallerist's best hardpoint map. So in a way, I think that's kind of a mess up. But on the flip side of that conversation, Gallerist have allowed Express Search and Destroy through, and that's a very strong S&D map here for LG.
All right, well, we've got the match just a few moments away, so let's start talking predictions, okay? We've got all the information. Now tell me what your thoughts were and who you think's going to be taking this one home.
I think, you know, when we looked at it from the outset this morning, I absolutely believed in Gallerist, and I still do as well. I think it's very easy because we've seen them so much yesterday to get that sort of influential gameplay on our screens. I went 3-0. I think they step it up here again today. I think they bring the S&D, and I think they can go on and do well here. I feel as if they are the ones who thrive under pressure, especially with what we've seen from them at Mobile Masters. Okay, their hardpoint wasn't necessarily great yesterday. I think they turn around today, and I think the S&D looks just as strong.
Just for clarity here, I did not say 3-2. I said 3-0. Okay, I'm just saying. I did not say this would be a game 5. I'm pretty sure I said this would be a 3-0. And the reason I said that was because I think Gallerist's hardpoint, albeit was kind of not that great yesterday, I have faith that they can take it. I now feel even more confident this is going to be a 3-0 simply because of the way the vetoes have gone down. The fact that they're managing to get a standoff hardpoint at the very first map of this best of 5, I feel very good now this will be a 3-0.
Well, it looks like Proper and Shifter on the 3-2 train this time around, but everyone in favor of Gallerist at the end of it all. Will it go the full 5, or will we get another 3-0 to add to our matches here on the day so far? Should be interesting to see how all that plays out. If you did, I'll double check, just so everybody, I'll double check, make sure everybody did put 3-0. If you did, would you still be at 100%?
No, because I messed up the last series. Okay, listen, okay. The last series, I was hoping, oh, not the last series, the series before. I actually don't know what I predicted for the last series to be. I think I said Q9 3-1. I think I was expecting Stalwart to maybe take the search, no, not search, so the hard point, and they didn't. So.
I entirely forgot what I predicted for this game, to be honest with you. It came up on the screen, I was like, oh, that's must what I said, but to be honest, it might have been 3-2 as well. Who knows, Brody? I'm actually quite lost.
Yeah, I mean, you're never right, so.
I'm tired.
Well, we'll have to see. We've got enough disparity now. We'll have to see who is correct with match number 3, because it should be about ready to load in. Those flyovers will be here in just a second. Everybody at home, let us know your thoughts here as well. Who's winning match number 3? Who's the third team to qualify through to our semifinals, and who's one step closer to the end of it all? Let's dive into it.
Well, here we go. Standoff hardpoint to kick off our third game of the day, our third quarterfinal. It is a Western matchup between Luminosity and Gallerist. Should be an interesting game. Teams on the stage just getting something sorted out, so I don't believe we'll be jumping directly in. I can see the referees in there, so we'll maybe just talk about this one a little bit longer. With this standoff, we're leaning towards Gallerist. We did see their struggles in hardpoint yesterday, but for you, what were the main issues with what they were doing? Were they just playing against stronger teams, or was it an inherent issue that they seemed to have?
I think it was just slow starts, to be honest. I think we saw that versus Godlike, right, in that Hacienda hardpoint, where they went down by about 100 points and they almost made the comeback. In the second half of these hardpoints, Gallerist are more than competitive. It's just the first half. They're coming out a little bit slow, maybe even just the start of these series. They're just not as warm as they would like, and then as they get further in, they get a little bit more comfortable. They're much happier, especially after the search and destroy. But certainly, I think if they can kind of come out firing on all cylinders at the start of these hard points, they will be much better off.
It's interesting to see if they can change things up, because the search and destroy looks so good, but everyone got a good look at their search yesterday and how well it was actually going for them. Is that going to help today for Luminosity? I'm not 100% sure. Gallerist seems to just have an answer to every single question. The only time we ever really seen them behind in the search and destroy was in their very first game up against Wolves. It was one of those situations where things weren't going well. Peg was just running riot across the map, but then they started slowing things down and started adapting. They seem to be more than happy to be able to do that if they need to.
Yeah, and the one thing I will say here is coming into this one, I know that Gallerus will be feeling confident about Search and Destroy, even though the map has changed to an Express. That being said, LG cannot be underestimated in Search and Destroy. They were one of the best teams, if not the best team in Search and Destroy in North America during Season 5. They were flawless on it. They didn't lose a single map. And so for that reason, even though I think we're both pretty confident this is probably going to be a 3-0 to Gallerus, again, we don't know for a fact. I know all the Luminosity fans out there will be hating us for saying it, but still, I feel like LG could well take the Search and Destroy, despite how good Gallerus looked yesterday, especially considering the battleground is different.
I mean, realistically speaking, we're at a stage where you are in a tournament up against the best of the best. These are the final 8 teams in the tournament. Everybody is going to have something about them. You cannot underestimate any of these squads. The second you stop playing it, maybe 80% of your game, you are going to lose maps. It's as simple as that. So for Gallerus, okay, they are coming in here as the favorites for this game specifically after, I mean, realistically, we're basing a lot of our trust in Gallerus is what we've seen so far and what we've seen from them at Mobile Masters.
You know, I think one of the things that I do want to touch on while we've got a little bit of time here, guys, just stick with us. We're getting our players reset back into the lobby here. Is the fact that both of these teams are who's currently in this match. They were both teams that played up against Stalwart yesterday. When they played Stalwart, they both lost against Stalwart, who we just watched lose against Q9. What does that mean for their potential opportunities, regardless of who wins on either side of this, heading then into semifinals?
Honestly, I think there is, I don't want to say a skill gap. I don't know if skill gap is the right word, but I've always felt like, you know, you have those teams from China, right, and then you have kind of the Garena teams. And I think coming into Champs, I did kind of feel like they are a step above everybody else. And then kind of, because we hadn't seen teams from North America, Europe, and Latin America face off against anybody else in the international community since, what, April back in Brazil, it's kind of a question mark of how are those teams going to stack up. I think from what I've seen so far, it feels like that gap is still there, and I don't know, dude, if they go further in a tournament, I think these guys really have to step a notch, because what their next opponent is going to be maybe Elevate, maybe Wolves. Like, it's going to be so difficult if it's Elevate.
Yeah, we've already seen Gallerus go up against Wolves this week, and that was a tough one, especially with that moment of 3. But what's the best out of 3? Things do change to the best out of 5.
Sure.
We've seen already Gallerus in the only other truly international tournament this year pick up a 2nd place, one that they could have arguably won up against Q9 as well. So they have the pedigree to be there with these top teams. We haven't necessarily seen the best from them this weekend when it comes down to Respawn. Their Search and Destroys look fantastic. If they can go back to the VOD and see what happened yesterday, see what was going wrong with their hard point, and get that fixed, they are a huge threat today.
All right, well, looks like we've got everything set, locked, and loaded this time around. Now it's time for match number 3 to kick off.
We go again. Here we are, hopefully. 2nd time's the charm. That's not usually the saying, but I would like to get into it nonetheless, because this should be an absolute bang. I'm really confused where I actually did go with this. Did I go along with you and say 3-0? No, I think I said 3-2 potentially.
I think you said 3-0, I'll be honest. I'll let you have this one.
At this stage,
you got to be right at some point, so I'll give you this.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it does definitely feel that way, right? Gallerus, again, they'll be feeling comfortable in this one. We did see this map yesterday between them and Stalwart, though, and they did end up losing it. And a big reason for that was that Lucasin had a slow start. There's a common theme here about slow starts for Gallerus in hardpoint. So they can come out firing on all cylinders. This will be a big map.
3 kills straight off the rip, though. And that from Lucasin is a scary prospect to the side of Luminosity. Who's going to be the guy that comes from Luminosity to try and deal with the slaying ability of Lucasin, to try and deal with players like Hen? Like, these AR players on the side of Gallerus are something that a lot of teams are struggling to deal with on occasion.
Yeah, the thing is though, right, on this map especially, I think the standoff lends itself so much to close quarter combat more often than not, right? You're actually looking towards the SMGs of Gallerus. I don't think Mihawk gets anywhere near enough love. I mean, so much of the conversation around Gallerus is always around Lucasin. Mihawk is a guy that, especially on this map, I think can be so deadly. Special shout out to Toke as well with the R9. He's been doing some serious damage. Right now, though, relatively slow start, just 2 kills to his name. Gallerus now in control of the scrap time, so they'll be able to take this last 10 seconds away. But as we look towards the rotation, it's LG in control.
Can they make this first decent rotation count for themselves here? We've seen some hellish games on standoff yesterday. I wonder if we'll get that same treat today. Big kills coming in from LG. Nice hold so far as the hill is just about to pop. Gallerus have time to set themselves up and go again. You can already see one player coming in from the pinch side. That's going to be Foggy. Keep an eye on that as everybody else starting to find their way through past the gas station. It's going to be important for Raph to find something. Finds absolutely nothing. Mihawk through the front door. Raptor will find 2. It's looking like a nice brace. Great. Going to come in here for Gallerus.
Yeah, just overwhelming Gallerus there. Nicely done. Luminosity, though, still getting those close spawns through, so they'll be able to hit this over and over again. You can basically contest it from the top side, but Esfo doesn't want to do that. He wants to go straight in for the kills, and he will do so with that 1. Rap's the only player, though, really to help. Kings is also there for a little bit of contribution, but ultimately Luminosity's efforts there to get in towards a hard point are not enough. And Fokke will also win that R9 battle.
Let's go, Luminosity!
Gallerus just at the moment winning all these crucial engagements, and perhaps more concerning here as the Purify comes out for 15 seconds of scrap time is that Gallerus have actually got control of the rotation towards Nu because Luminosity kept on pushing for that scrap.
Yeah, LG fumbled this one just a little bit, and Gallerus could add to that pain. Look at that kill feed just looking yellow. If you're a Brazilian Codm mobile fan, you are loving what you're seeing right now. That kill feed just looking so dominant. From the Gallerus side,
Yo, Odin is not gonna do that much. But when he's facing 2 taps of guns, right? Don't do that much. You don't do well.
They may have fixed that issue.
Now here comes the operators from Gallerus. Again, you said slow starts were the problem for Gallerus. This has definitely not been that. And they know they want to continue that momentum forward as well. LG, I think if you're them, you need to start bringing out your operators right about now. Kings is going to do so with the War Machine. Can he actually find any value from it? He is. A couple of kills. Is that good enough for Luminosity to get in? There's the kills to follow up. Just one more player to deal with. It's going to be the equalizers inside. Kills coming through from Fokke, but Jez is going to have to use the claw to remove that player from it. And just like that, LG in for the back 30 seconds.
Big investment coming in to get a hold of that 30 seconds. That is truly, truly needed. Stuck inside now with the Sparrow, and now is the setup going to be here for Gallerus. Are they going to fight over this? They're sending 3 towards the old hard point, but sending 2 towards Nu as well. Get themselves set up, happy to give that one over. Nice break from Luminosity, who have finally arrived here onto standoff. Transitional kill starting to go Gallerus' way, but I think they'll still take it. You know, that P2 hold was so good from them. The P3 not necessarily great, but 8-point lead heading into the fourth hill. You take those all day long.
Yeah, this is comfortable for Gallerus in the moment. And you can hold this one as well. You've got all the players in the right positions. Mihawk far removed from this hill. Pabzera keeping an eye on that tractor side. Good shots from him. Mihawk still hasn't activated. Finally, though, he's going to get shut down. Spawn's still good for Lucas in here. So Gallerus still in control of this hard point. Luminosity haven't really had a look just yet, but as those 3 kills come through, this should be it.
Spawn out here for Gallerus as well. Luminosity looking for the break. You need Hen to go massive. He doesn't find anything but one. Last player remaining, Pabzera. He will fall. A lovely break coming in from Luminosity. Kings to find a couple more as well, forces them away. That's the first really solid break. That's going to come quite early here for Luminosity as well. Gallerus managed to pick up about 10-15 seconds there though, so not the end of the world for them. If Luminosity get the remaining time, they will have a lead heading into the next rotation. That's more like it from Luminosity over the last 2 hills.
Yeah, I think Luminosity are actually the ones for a relatively slow start here, as you said. I mean, they've picked things up over the last couple of hard points, and I want to say a big reason why. You never want to counter an individual player, right? Single them out for having a bad performance, but it's more of a positive than anything. Cartel's currently only on 7 kills, and he is a player that in these playoff situations, he always steps up. He's done it before. Of course, he did it for Seminole, actually all the way back at Mobile Masters. So he's a player that when he steps things up for a roster like Luminosity, I think the whole roster will step it up a notch. S-Thug picks up 3 in the middle of the map. LG, now a good look here at P1 time.
45 seconds remaining on this, and Gallerus sends it back with 3 kills of their own. Comes cruise missile that was available as well. That will be dropped in. Cartels will be dealt with, and all of a sudden P1 belongs to Gallerus. 35 seconds to go. He will find a couple of kills here. Thinking about the rotation over towards P2. Kings ain't thinking about that. War Machine is in. Finds one with it. Pabzera finds 4 of his own, but answering back a Luminosity into the hill. 20 seconds to go. Rotation's going to be important. Gallerus are on the right side of the map, but Luminosity Gaming have the numbers.
Yeah, I don't want to see Gallerus go heavy into this one. I know those spawns are quite sticky, so you can kind of afford to
Okay,
do
you're
so,
taking inside the hard point. Luminosity Gaming should win this one. They're down by 30 points. They need that points.
But they have chosen to do so. P1 is the choice for Luminosity. They are hungry for that back 10 seconds, and they will get it. So now just 22 points, the difference between these 2 teams. Gallerus now going to bring out the operators to hold on towards this next hill.
Holding quite early here, especially from Lukashin, but Henry Cow will get the job done here with this Sparrow. Luminosity find themselves behind here. Gallerus in control of the point. Luminosity, the communication has to be on point. Let's go for a listen in. Well, LG.
I'm about to use my equals now.
Seeker is weak. One remain.
Panali. Seeker, War Machine. Main push through. He's going close up gas. Yeah, dead. I smoked across.
I'm next to War Machine.
I need Trophy's main.
Market box.
Go gas.
One market box. One gas on. Market rotating boxes. They're already rotating also, guys.
Yeah. Right, go new. I'm gonna smoke you up.
One shot.
No. We go new. It's all good. Block in, we got
Yo,
this.
there's a guy new already. There's a guy new.
This guy?
He's somewhere new. He rotated early.
I'm looking at Blue. Courtyard to top blue. Deli.
Ali now. Lucas on the right.
Lucas. Yo, bottom blue. Bottom blue. One more.
Chaotic, dude.
Gallerus continue their reign of terror over towards P2, but Luminosity, they were slow on the rotation last time around. They need to be good again, but Raph needs to find a way through for the rest of his team to get themselves there. Zero will find 2, making it 4 in total in this life. Gallerus trying to find a breakthrough.
Purified Cartels, not enough value out of that whatsoever. Only 1 kill to his name. Close spawns for LG is going to keep themselves in the conversation for this hard point. Jez now, investment of the claw. You're just going to have to pre-fire this thing down range to make sure all these players get taken down, and it works out. A couple of kills here for Jez. LG now a moment to breathe. Gallerus now going to have to individually hit this one. Jez is getting all of these gunfights, but Abzera able to climb through the window for free. Finds a double. Foke, can he get another kill? No, as Kings will double up Pike himself. LG fighting tooth and nail for this time.
Gallerus getting a bit scrappy over towards that hill. Mihawk still trying to have a little bit of luck here. But Luminosity will be the beneficiary of P3. Pick up a decent chunk of time, but Gallerus limited them to a little less than they would have liked. 5 seconds remaining on that hill. LG will get a hold of every single one of those. Now the setup of Gallerus. Dig themselves deep. The trenches are very much dug. Now for LG, which is the way that you've got to try and find a way through. Mihawk can shut down one on the backside. Amzera is here, ready and waiting, but Esto has actually managed to slip the net here. He's going to be able to push on through, not quite. Eventually does get taken down. But all of this pressure coming through from this backside, is it unrelenting enough to get themselves inside the hill?
Yeah, actually, Esto did stay alive for long enough to wait for the spawn, so LG now close spawns, but Gallerus going to bring their operators out. It's Henry Cat for a couple of kills now, and Kings on the other side needs to get something with this War Machine for an early break. You can't afford to give Gallerus this time. Henry Cat's on the hunt. Raph will take him down. Ultimately, Gallerus are still through, and they've still got 3 operators ready to go. And on the other side, LG have absolutely nothing.
LG's opportunity may well have just passed by. They find the kills, Gallerus, that they need to. They just about hold on. Gallerus now in the ascendancy. 15 seconds to go on this hill. They are only around 20 seconds away. Investing here from Foki. If you're going to find the equalizers, you don't find much from it. Cartels has got to come through and got to find the kills, and he finds 3. It doesn't get them a whole lot, but at the same time, it keeps Gallerus that little bit further away than they were likely going to be heading into this 3rd rotation. Gallerus find themselves around 15 seconds away. Luminosity far behind right now.
Yeah, that was a bit of an
Luminosity is far behind.
They had 3 operators. I didn't say they had to use them because they couldn't win regardless on that hard point. And now going into the next set here, granted you're kind of making your operator cycle go forward a little bit faster, but still now you've only got 1. So you have to fight for this last 16 seconds inside the time. Luminosity trying to get it done. 3 kills now coming through, and that 1 operator that can. Abzera the War Machine trying to provide some Overwatch.
Abzera's been leading the lobby for the majority of this game. 36 kills. There's another one to make it 37, 38 incoming. Abzera just ain't missing with anything right now. Gallerus in control of the point. Luminosity offered up a fight, and they still are. Continuing to be in this game. Gallerus still 3 points over. Cartels and Koa just about holding on by the hair on their chin. But here comes the rest of Gallerus. Are they going to be able to break it on through? Hardpoint was the problem yesterday. They still haven't secured it.
Yeah, just 1 more second is all Gallerus need. That double nade doesn't secure it. Luminosity don't really have a path through this hardpoint in towards Nuke. They'll get that 8-second grace period, but it has to be a fast and furious hit for the rotation. I don't know if they can get it done.
The Luminosity has to be at perfection over this next 5 seconds. Foggy inside the point, but that will do it just right there. Lukashin lines them all up to kill the game off. Hardpoint doubts be damned. The 250 hits the side of Gallerus, and they are 1-0 up in this series. Disastrous start for Luminosity.
And we said it. We said, what does Gallerus need to change their hardpoint woes coming into today, coming into the most important match of the tournament thus far? It was those slow starts, and trust me, Gallerus did not have a slow start there. And I'll tell you what, to be fair, despite that brilliant start from Gallerus, what was it, a 60-point advantage or something ridiculous like that off the start, despite that, Luminosity were constantly snapping at their heels throughout the game. They just could never quite catch up. Gallerus playing incredibly well, and again, I think we're going to see it in the stat lines, but the key difference maker again,
they're playing so well, dude. Gallerus
weren't really in the conversation until later
that
on
was
in the
a
game.
very
Throughout the entirety of the game, everybody stepped up to play Gallerus.
Listening as well.
Luminosity needs to come in, bro.
Really did feel like that kill feed was dominant by Gallerus throughout the majority of that game, and really helped them on their way. And Luminosity, I want to say that they had like spurts, didn't they? They seemed to just have a few moments here and there where they find 5 kills, they'd get a hold of the hill, and they'd get some good time from it, but they were few and far between. Gallerus just finding everything
They
they
need to
possibly
come
could
back
have needed
to Luminosity, bruh.
Majority of that one, try to sort of kitchen sink at it towards the end for Luminosity, but the game had been done for a little while. And that's what it means to Gallerus. Their hardpoint has been a huge struggle for them so far at this tournament. They find it in map number 1, and that will make them supremely confident throughout the rest of this series.
Yeah, just nobody from LG was able to keep up with Gallerus. I mean, there's literally, normally in these situations, right, you kind of have one standout, right, that's doing well, and everybody else is kind of dragging their heels a little bit. No, this time around, everybody from Luminosity is struggling. I mean, they're all doing their bits in the hill for the most part, right? I mean, the only player who gets less than 59 seconds, we'll say, inside the hardpoint is Raph with 30 at the bottom of the leaderboard. But still, I mean, LG, they're just not slaying out versus Gallerus.
Outslay by 45.
Quick maps, mate. Love that.
I might not look clever, but
it's the accent, I think, mate.
Okay, right now you're just coming for everybody from Newcastle, so But 45 outslay is a big difference, And again, I do always like to reiterate that it's not always about the kills, but when you've been outslayed that heavily, it makes your life extremely difficult. Tough start for the side of LG. What can they do here going into this search and destroy? I think we're not seeing that it would be necessarily a nightmare scenario for losing map number 1, but you would see that as the weakness of Gallerus. You haven't been able to capitalize on it. Their S&D has been so strong, and we're going to have a look at why some of the reasons are for that. They looked sensational yesterday, Brody, in Search and Destroy. I wonder if they can continue that on here today.
Yeah, here's a look at the stats then to show you guys exactly what the differences are right now. You can see kind of the kill differentials that Gallerus have just frankly got more in pretty much everything besides the objective, weirdly enough. Gives head-to-head to show you guys that clear record, for Search and Destroy for Gallerus at 5-0. But again, a reminder that 3 of those wins came on Takeoff, Search and Destroy. That map was banned by Luminosity. They knew they couldn't really afford to play Gallerus on the map combination. They've gone something they are very clearly more comfortable on in Express, Search and Destroy. They have been gifted that somewhat by Gallerus. So despite the fact that LG's S&D has been left wanting this tournament thus far, I think this could be an opportunity to get into the series.
Well, it has to be something that they take, right? From how good the Search and Destroy of Gallerus has been, they at least get one of their picks. We're going to see Kurahana for map number 5 if we do get
5 wins and 0 losses in S&D.
That's going to be the issue right now. But they can possibly do something here when it comes down to Express. I don't think I've even personally
That's something, bro.
So far over yesterday. I
was going to say, you've casted an Express at some point.
Luminosity, bro, don't disappoint, man.
Many times for many years. Thank you very much. But at the same time, we haven't seen it too much yet from either one of these two teams. I presume Luminosity maybe probably played over towards their side. Let's have a reminder of the maps that are coming up over the rest of this series. Search and Destroy Express, what we're talking about, is coming up in just a second. We will see Arsenal Control, and if we need to, that's the end of hard point. Search and Destroy, Kurahana Metropolis to finish things off. I think that opening map for me gives an indication to what seriousness Gallerus are bringing to today. It wasn't just a win on a hard point, it was a convincing one as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is the thing, right? Gallerus, again, we kind of said that their keys to victory going into the series would be winning the hard point, and then I guess, it's a bit presumptuous to say they are going to win the Search and Destroy in the phenomenal. It was quite literally flawless. And then Search and Destroy yesterday, I mean, again, I don't know if it's just the map, but they just look so well composed. Very clearly you can tell they put the work in their Search and Destroy. So for me, it kind of feels like now Gallerus are on the path to that 3-0. The only question marks are, is Express, Search and Destroy going to make all the difference?
Guy is sweaty, dude.
A combination they are comfortable on, and if we do get to that Arsenal Control, is it going to be something where LG come and surprise Gallerus, because that is also their best control map? A lot of questions, a lot of answers coming up in this series. We've got Express, Search and Destroy next up, though. This is a do or die moment for LG. Reminder, folks, this is a single elimination tournament. You get one shot at redemption. If you lose it, you're done.
Is Express going to be the way back into this game for LG? Well, we'll find out when we get back in. But for me, I think it's crucial. Look, I mean, the control has been good over this week. They will look at it as a potential way back into this one as well. But you can't let yourself go down too many maps in these series, in these quarterfinals. We've seen 2 3-0s already. The stronger teams are making it count every single time they get that advantage. Can Gallerus further cement what they want to do here, or can LG tie things up?
Yep. And at the start of the Search and Destroy, I'm looking for aggression out of LG.
Come on, LG. Come on, LG. We need this win.
Can be pivotal for site control.
We need this win, LG. We need it.
Engagements. Here we go, right off the rip. Gallerus, they know it. They need to win these up close and personal gunfights.
Anybody sent over towards A. Utility indicative of exactly what's going on for both two teams. Just trying to find a pick. I think that's one of the massive strengths though for Gallerus is their sniper play. Foki will get up close and personal, not finding one but two. Raph with the R9 taken down in the first round, and that's Gallerus' advantage already.
Yep, now you've got a flanking player to deal with, and Henry Cat as well. So for Luminosity, they're starting to feel the vice blows in now. Mihawk continuing to be effective in this round. Cartels for a 1v4, I said. He's a player that steps up in these situations.
I'm an RCT,
down to a 1 versus 3. If you can get the skill against Henry Cat and then get the hell out of dodge, that's nice. You've still got a wealth of time to work with, but he's going right back for the reach up.
From the position he's in and where the opposition are, this would be one of the best 1v3s you're ever likely to see if it was to happen. And it doesn't. Gallerus with a really good start. It comes from Foki finding those R9 kills to kick off the round, puts him in such an advantageous position. One to the good.
Brilliant start from Gallerus. Again, you know, they've probably started the VOD right. They know that Luminosity are an aggressive team here on Express Search and Destroy. That more often than not is the key to victory to winning this map. So for Gallerus to match that with Foke coming out with 3 kills at the start of the round, he's doing what R9 for Raph needs to be doing. Already opening bloods here in favor of LG. They're looking to once again get control of A. Gallerus now have to retake it without numbers. Lucas in within that snipe can make things more difficult. Gets aggressive there with the R9, doesn't find the first.
Nice, Luminosity.
It all goes awry.
To be honest, if Lucas hits that shot, I think that completely turns around though, because then you would have the numbers that don't have to back him up, don't have to give their position up, so you're then not getting rushed. Luminosity do a really good job. Big shout out towards Kings, who finds 2 inside the train. And then the gun getting the job done. We're over towards A again. Teams went even so far on this one, but look at the hold from Luminosity Gaming. They're heading over towards this side. Pabzera has to give a shout to his teammates and say, bloody hell, boys, help me out, because they are swarming over towards B, and Luminosity have complete control here.
Yep, I really love that play call from Luminosity. Send a couple of utility bits over towards A to give the impression that it is going to be an A kit. Players that were on B were not ready for it. Straight out of the playbook for Luminosity. And all members are alive here when this bomb goes down. So for Gallerus, how do you approach this one? You've got a plethora of places you need to check.
Well, you need to win an unfavorable gunfight. Is essentially what they need to do here. Luminosity are going to be posted up. Now, bomb is of course down. 40 seconds or so remaining on this one. This is a good fight you could do with winning if you're Foki, and you absolutely should have won if you're Cartels. Now is this the second one on the chopping block? Not quite. Kings will find that one. Pabzera will find one on the Jezdo. So it is ultimately a 4 versus 3 in favor of Gallerus. That one's going to be turned around now. 3 versus 3. Chaos on the site. There's Lukashin will find one of the Kings, making it now a 3 versus 2 in favor of Gallerus. It traded again. Mihawk finds another, so Estog's left all on his own in a 1v2. It's a brilliant retake from Gallerus.
And it is Mihawk through the middle of the map that makes the difference there. That flank, I think Luminosity had all their angles covered, but that one. And when Mihawk comes through for the disruption, picking up 3 kills there, it is Gallerus who are able to make the retake, and that's disheartening for Luminosity. They brought it out of the playbook. It is a play that worked out initially, but Gallerus' retake is just better, just hits diffy. This time around, Luminosity wasting no time. It is a straight barrel towards me.
Gallerus going through the middle of the map. There to answer the question if they wish to push through ticket, but they haven't quite executed yet. Right, find themselves in a good position here though. He can start to advance forward, start to cut off some lanes that Gallerus potentially could use. They ain't, and the bomb is yet to be put down. Mazera trying to put some pressure on, and then his Hen. Let's try and push through here with the Odin. They get Sug off the bomb. Difficult position now for Luminosity. Gallerus know exactly where they are. They know where the bomb is, and they have the advantage in numbers.
Yeah, Luminosity, I mean, they've got the bomb, yeah, but they do not have an opportunity to get this bomb down. Trying to hit the audio cue to draw the player inside, ticket out. Henry Cat, I mean, he's getting drawn out, but he gets away with the kill there. King's dead to rights. Surely not another one. Jez has given a lot of himself away to Henry Cat there, barely gets away. And Hen is still in this position. Now, Foke trading things out. Raph finds one, as does Cartels. Mihawk able to trade out once again, and they know where Jess is for this 1v3. He is done and dusted. Mihawk once again, the one to put the final nail in the round.
Setting up the flank when you've got those number of advantages, you know some of the potential routes on the flank are not going to be covered. He just wraps all the way around from behind, can kick into game whenever he wants. He's not the one that initiates it. His teammates starting to put some shots down. He walks through. It's 2 free kills to kill the round off. Team's heading over towards the A side now. This was working for Luminosity. They went to change it up. Hasn't worked since. Foki will be the first one to find a kill. Raf shut down as he tries to push through. It's a big grenade. It's a set grenade. And Foki's just going to get aggressive as well. He's going to be able to find anything. No, he isn't, because Mihawk is there to do it for him. And Foki is then following up. Here comes the cavalry. And with an R9 in hand, a dangerous prospect. Kings does answer back. 4 versus 3. Make it a 4 versus 2.
This is very aggressive from Gallerus. They're getting deep into it. Jez knows it as well. He just held that angle. He got something off the over-aggression. Cartels really would have wanted that fight. You know where Jez is, so just trying to hit this one at the same time. Yep, there it is. 2 versus 1 works out perfectly. And now Cartels left alive. 1 versus 3. Might have just seen Mihawk. What? No! Mihawk gets first shots in, but Cartels will turn on him. Keeps this 1 versus 3 alive.
The snap from Cartels, giving Luminosity a little bit of hope here. They've got a good eye on where he is. Papzera has been frying in this game, put up some serious numbers on map number 1, and that's as crispy as you could possibly want. Big shot from him, kills the round off. Gallerus still in prime position here now, Brody.
It's just Gallerus outplaying Luminosity in so many of these different positions, right? That play call from them was perfect. Now the double blind has to rush straight towards B. Who's going to win out? The R9 of Foke has been a problem, as has the Fennec of Mihawk, and it continues to be so. The snipes of Lucastin and Papzera also in the mix. And Cartels left alive once again. Sorry, Tom, mate, you didn't even get a chance to get into that round. That was so fast.
And these are the counter rounds that you just want to avoid if you're Luminosity. When those first couple of rounds, we had some close ones over towards A, where they were taking their time. Utility was going through. They were trying to put the pressure on that side. As soon as we went over towards B, I don't think Luminosity have had a sniff. Gallerus onto the attacking side. They can now dictate where they really want to go, and they're going to continue going over towards B, because hell, why not? It's been working out so well. It's happened again. Luminosity are just getting slain left, right, and center. 6-1 to the good now. This Gallerus search and destroy is looking scary.
I just don't understand how Luminosity didn't see them run past. They run straight behind them. LG had no idea whatsoever. I mean, maybe Gallerus just got there first. I'm not really sure, but either way, LG taken by surprise from behind. Now Gallerus on map point. Once again, double blind straight towards B.
Just finds first blood. Foki will find one back, but usually the result of anything over towards B is only one thing and one thing only, and that's a Gallerus round win. 1 more player remaining. Gallerus have just made absolute mincemeat of Luminosity here on Express. Yeah, hold your best S&D and take the L. 2 to the good. Gallerus running away with this one.
That's an LG map. That is an LG map. You get that, you get gifted that by the Vetoes. You take that. And yet the same kind of play style that we know LG are capable of from SBS Season 5, they just were never able to enact it. What gives them success on that map mode combination back during the challenge season? It's Raph getting in positions where he can be a nuisance with the R9. It's Jez being frustrating with a sniper at long range. You just could never activate any of that, because Gallerus were constantly up in your face. They were winning the R9 battles with Foke, and I gotta give some love to Mihawk, man, because he was constantly running routes around Luminosity. He was running rings around Luminosity, to be honest with you. They had no idea where he was 90% of the time.
And it felt like when things were a little slower, it was working out quite well for LG. It was a decent start from them. You know, they were unfortunate not to be 2-0 up. But after that, they were like, okay, let's try B out. Let's throw some different things at Gallerus. Gallerus like, oh, you want to go into 5v5 gunfights towards one side? Yeah, bet. No problem. 12 and 6 from Foki. And a 7-1 lead. And the Search and Destroy is enough to take the map away. A 2-0 lead in the series. I'm sure I did say 3-0, I think.
You want to say 3-0 now. You know, and it goes back to those storylines, right? I mean, so much of the conversation around Gallerus is always Lucas in, right? And, you know, I think we're partially guilty of that, right? Mobile Masters,
it's hard not to be.
It's hard not to be, because he is just that good of a player, and there's always that conversation of point, like, is he the best player in the world? I think certainly we were having those conversations around Mobile Masters, but you really do have to give some love to the rest of the Gallerus side, because all of them are capable of keeping up with him. I think in this series in particular, they've actually outpaced him. Lucas, I think, has taken a step back somewhat, while the rest of the team are the ones slaying out, and that's not the worst thing in the world, because it doesn't matter who's slaying out as long as they're winning.
I think that's one thing we have talked about, though, with the side of Gallerus, when it has come down to their general gameplay. It has sometimes felt like as if Lucashin's not having a good game, then they sometimes can struggle up against some of the better teams. He hasn't had to have a good game. The rest of the team are absolutely frying. Papzera in map number 1 was utterly dominant. Every single time we've seen him on our screens or seen the kill feed, it was him lighting LG up, and now LG have to do almost the impossible here against Gallerus. It would have to be a reverse sweep if they want to come back into this series and stay alive here. Call of Duty Mobile World Champs.
Yep, and again, a positive going in this one. This is probably the best map you could have asked for in Control if you are LG. This is their strongest Control map by far. I mean, as a matter of fact, they got 4 wins during the Snapdragon Pro Series Season 5 in North America on Control, and all 4 of them came from Arsenal. So you basically won the jackpot as far as the vetoes were concerned for Control. But still, I mean, does it really matter at this point? Because on the flip side of that conversation, you've got Gallerus, who albeit have, I think, relatively struggled on Control this weekend. You know, you go back to their Season 5, their domestic challenge season, and they were flawless on Control. They were the best Control team in that region. So I think it is so difficult at this point, not just to ask LG to win this map, but to ask them to reverse sweep. They are fighting a very, very steep uphill battle.
That's the thing for LG here as well, because that's Gallerus now 6-0 on Search and Destroy. Gallerus will now be thinking to themselves, right, okay, well, even if we lose these next 2 maps, we have another Search and Destroy. We haven't lost one all week. That's going to be confidence inspiring for them. They will know themselves, even if the reverse sweep's potentially on the cards, okay, there will definitely be some nerves there, absolutely. But if that goes to a map 5, they will still feel supremely confident they can walk away with this series, and that will also be in the back of their minds now to think, right, we've got 2 maps to finish this one off. We might not need them because we have that map number 5 in the Search and Destroy in the back pocket securely at this stage, because it's been absolutely superb. But Arsenal Control going to be coming up next. I think, you know, for LG to have that flawless record on this map is going to give them confidence heading into this. Gallerus are a different beast, man.
But like the thing is, right, I mean, you'd probably be thinking the same thing going in the Search and Destroy. You'd probably be like, well, hey, Express Search and Destroy is our map, right? So we're going to do well. And that just happened. I don't know if you saw it, but that was a pretty good Search and Destroy for Gallerus. So, you know, again, it's kind of like maybe expectations are out the window. There's always the asterisk as well with these kind of conversation points. I mean, really, the stats from the domestic regions are just, these are the preferential maps for these teams. These are the maps where these guys have had success. But how much does that really matter when you come into an international event like this? Like, really, you're looking at performances like those Mobile Masters, like those at CDSI, to see, all right, you can be good at these maps domestically, but when you go up against the best teams in other regions, does that same kind of thing pan out? And, you know, I'm getting the vibe at the moment that given the fact that, you know, LG just lost that Express Search and Destroy, I mean, maybe it's not working against international teams.
For everybody at home, just to remind you of how these teams actually managed to get away through. Gallerus had to go to their very final game to get there. It took them 5 before they were able to get it done. It was a 3-2 out of Swiss. So they're coming in as the lowest seed here. Luminosity got through within 4. It took the 5 for Gallerus to get into bracket play. With a big single elimination. Tough to take for either one of these 2 teams if you do go in with the L, which right now is looking like LG's option in this series, because Gallerus are giving them none other. How's this one going to go, though? Is it potentially Arsenal Control to bring it back into this game if you are LG, or do Gallerus continue the theme of 3-0s today? It's been one-sided in nearly every single affair. It has been the case here in this series in particular as well, but can Luminosity potentially turn it around here on Arsenal Control?
I would love a competitive series. I would love to even get a sniff of a Game 5, but we're very far away from it right now. Gallerus, do they come out all guns blazing like they have the last couple of maps already? It looks like that might be the case. First couple of kills going their way. Luminosity trying to fight a war on 2 fronts, but you're not going to get a war won when you're facing Lucas in on the other side of the battlefield.
Oh, and you worried for him when that sniper play did come through. They get up close and personal. It does not matter what this man is using, and this is just not the start you would have wanted if you're Luminosity. 5-0 finding one down the outside. It's only Estok who can really answer back to what has been a flurry of kills for Gallerus to kick things off. And with it, plenty of map control.
LG will have to slow things up considerably here. Raf trying to play sneaky for a route, perhaps towards B. Maybe towards A. You've got to make a decision, I think, pretty fast here. Focky getting the read, doesn't matter. Raf's going to gun him, so that's a good start. The problem is, though, you might well have that 1 kill. The rest of your teammates haven't actually gotten kills anywhere else. Maybe not. Maybe Raf is just good enough to pick up all these gunfights, create some space for the rest of LG, because nobody is now contesting him in the middle of the map.
Yeah, they had to rotate around for the pressure that was coming in. There is actually a spawn kill potentially on the go as well here. Raf doing actually crazy things here with the KRM. And he is really one of the big reasons as to why they've actually managed to find themselves this far up the map. 29 seconds on the clock. That has now been stopped with the pressure that they've been able to go on over towards A. Keep an eye on Pabzera. He might be the one to make the move here. If the rest of the team can get something going through the double doors, Cartels will find one onto him, though, and shut that down. So that should be a gun. You're locked in by Luminosity. So now B, they're have a whole minute and a half to try and get things going. But Gallerus have been setting up here for some time, but they've been dealt with. Jez finds not 1, 2, but 3, and that opens the door well and truly wide open for the side of LG.
He is gone. LG now on the way. Nobody from Gallerus to deal with here, but those ones coming off the spawn. Henry Cut's trying to be on the point though. Raph now looking to be a nuisance with the KRM. Going to immediately bring out this Predator missile to deal with that pesky player that is on the point. Luminosity, first tick about to potentially be through here. Gallerus got to find your way through.
Yeah, Gallerus has just been really broken open by the side of Raph. The shotgun come out and all of a sudden they came to play it. Henry Cut can find 2 though. Here comes the pressure from the side of Gallerus, who just wiped them off the face of the planet. 9-9 on lives, but the thing is now for LG, they haven't necessarily been pushed back here. What a huge name from Cartel straight off the spawn. Will give Luminosity the initiation here if they can try and find a way through.
Yeah, been taken here by Raph though. Again, he's trying to do the exact same thing, create some space for the rest of his team while the rest of Luminosity make their way through the front of the point. Cartel also invest in the war machine. He's found one, but you don't quite account for Meekop with 3. Cartel's still alive though.
Cartel's trying to get something going here. Gallerus only have 4 lives remaining, but they just need to hold on tight. One player on the flank is going to not be dealt with. That's going to be Raph to find hand. 3 versus 5. Foki now going to be taken down as well. Lukashin can find 1, but Pabzera has also brought out the war machine. He needs to find some value with it. Luminosity backing up because they have the time to. Pabzera can find another. Surely doesn't find that gunfight. He does not. 1 versus 3 for Lukashin is what is needed, but just so difficult for him to do in this position with the sniper. That should be the round to LG and is. Through thick or thin, they get the job done. That was a scary one for a second, but they get the job well and truly done. Very well played.
Yeah, and it's the exact same strategy twice there for Luminosity consecutively, right? They get Raph through the middle of the map, they get in a position where he is cutting off LG, forcing them to all go up the steps. They can't get through Raph, not when he's got the KRM at that short range. Not even Foki can beat him in those gunfights. So for Gallerus, just getting outplayed by that. LG with the strats, win them that round number 1. Now can they follow it up with a solid defense in round number 2. The one operator that they've got ready to go here, S-Thug, going to bring it out to play. Not finding any value just yet because Gallerus made their way towards B.
Gallerus have freely walked down the B street. S-Thug well placed to Pabzera, and now all of a sudden LG can start to think about trying to get a little bit more control over towards this side because Gallerus just walked straight up. They will find those kills, they will push out those lanes. Keep an eye on Mihawk, they know where he is though. He's taking some damage, so they've got a decent idea, but he's got a claw in his hands. Now he's on the spawn spree here. This is going to be dangerous, but they deal with him almost immediately. No players really spawning in for him to deal with. Everybody from Gallerus wasn't really finding the kills that he needed them to find.
And I think more to the point here, Gallerus haven't actually done anything off the back of that, right? A was totally clear. Now they're preoccupied with the Luminosity players that are trying to retake the point. No progress made whatsoever. Now Raph coming in from behind, having the help of Kings with him. Also Jez on the other side. Jez at the very least will be dealt with, but now the spawn trap coming through from LG. Gallerus, I think at this point, the 4 players that are alive, you've just got to kind of stick to this point.
Oh, they've lost a couple of kills as well, and that's going to create a little bit of chaos. Are they going to have enough help to actually get out of this spawn trap? No, they are not. S-Thug finds 2. He's going to be left on his own to try and keep things going. Lives-wise, we are leaning towards Luminosity ever so slightly. They'll deal with the players who were there on that spawn trap, who are now starting to find the way around again. A has been captured, though, and Gallerus are working on plenty here over towards the B side, whereas Luminosity really focused on the spawn trap. It hasn't necessarily worked here, bro.
Yeah, I think they committed just a little too
Come
much
on, Luminosity, we need it, we need it.
Nobody was keeping an eye on the middle of the map. Fortunately enough, Raph is there though. S-Thug, I think, forced to invest the Predator missile here to clear things up a little bit against Gallerus. And Gallerus will be sent back to square 1. But they have a lot of time here. They've already got 1 tick down on B. And Luminosity, their entire backline is reliant on S-Thug getting these kills, and I think that's the route that Gallerus are taking here. Will it work? I think Raph with the jump up might have just made the call to the teammates. That's what's happening.
If Raph can find something else here, that will be huge for him and his team. He knows there's players there. He does actually manage to find Mihawk before going down to Lukashin. You can see already Gallerus are starting to work on some sort of flank if they can. Mihawk and Code trying to get something done. S-Thug is the one watching it though. He can find 1 before he gets taken down by Foki, but here come the rest of the team. But now they're going to be distracted by the fact that Foki is here. He's pulled out the equalizer, but he's going to have so many players in and around him. But is that going to open up the door for the rest of Gallerus? Or can Foki just deal with them? He can only find 1. But is that going to give them the room on the other side of the map?
But it's the exact same thing that we saw earlier on, where Gallerus, you're getting a player in that position, but you're not doing anything with it. You can't just follow that with another flank. And that's the attempt here. Cartel's in behind, able to get the team shots. There's the finisher. Pabzera down for the count. That's a bad decision from Gallerus. If you're going to get a player with the claw into the spawn trap, you need to have players ready to capitalize.
What's been working out for Gallerus though in the search and destroy with these 5v5 fights, and that's what they're going to have to force here to try and find themselves around. They're down 4, now 5 lives in total. Can they manage to find a way through? Lukashin will find one, 5-0 will find another. They've got to try and be flawless. They cannot. Cartels find something, and it should be the round for Luminosity unless 2 players from Gallerus can do the impossible. Not going to happen. Luminosity giving some life here in this series. 2 to the good now. But Gallerus, it feels like maybe we're overconfident in some of their play, especially in rounds number 1. But round number 2 was a little bit of a fumble.
It's just uncharacteristically individual, is what I describe it as right now. Gallerus, I think, you know, that they try it twice in the same round. A spawn trap where they don't have anybody on the follow-up. I mean, even if you're successful, it's not going to work. Regardless, Luminosity have everything going for them now, and this round, the amount of utility on side is insatiable. Predator missile down to keep Gallerus inside while the path is opened up over towards B. I mean, they've got so many options to start this round, and perhaps there, I mean, no choice but kind of blindly fire these War Machine pellets down range. We'll find one, but LG, I mean, they're still in the conversation for a B cap.
Going to try and get a little bit of control. Kings does but the shots are fantastic with the Odin. Posted up with that. It's a dangerous prospect for the side of Gallerus. We'll find something over towards Lab, so Mihawk could potentially cause some issue, but Luminosity, as soon as they got a hold of it, they haven't let it go, and Raph now just trying to press the issue if he can as well. They want to secure B, they want to secure this map. It's looking more and more likely as time is going on. B is lost, you got A locked down here with Raph as well. This game may well be done before it's even started.
Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? LG are investing everything to get this one done and dusted. A in control for them. Cartels now looking to keep these guys away. I don't even know if Gallerus can touch this point in time. Henry Cat really does feel like the only cope in behind enemy lines. He's going to get cut down. Gallerus no choice but to go through the smallest of choke points to keep this game alive. Facing down the Annihilator from Kings and all the bullets and weapons of LG. Kings with a double, that should surely be it, and it will. LG keeping this series alive. Arsenal control is theirs.
After looking flawless in their regular season, they bring it to the world stage as well. Arsenal control gets them a lifeline in this series. And something to talk about for the Gallerus coaching team and players. All right, we thought we had this one done and dusted. And that's what it felt like in round number 1. When they came out the gate, they found 5 or 6 kills straight from that. But that was the only note, really, from Gallerus throughout the entirety of the map. Other than that, it was all LG. He just got down to business, got the job done. And a series is something we now have on our hands, Brody, because it wasn't feeling like that after the first 2 maps.
Yeah, it is a lot better, I think, now for LG. And I got to imagine for them, I think they were kind of feeling a lot better just even seeing this in the veto process, seeing this in the map set once that process was done. That being said, you know, look, I'm giving Gallerus a little bit of stick here for messing up the spawn trap, because of course that's one of the ways in which, you know, you kind of have to play Arsenal, you have to play around the spawn mechanics on this map mode combination. I got to give LG a bit of props, actually, because even though Gallerus did mess it up and kind of open the door for LG to capitalize, in those situations, LG were very quick to deal with it. They were like, all right, look, someone is trying to flank us here. They might have an operator. Let's get them out before they can cause some problems. And they did that without taking the players from the key positions out of those positions, right? Raph consistently stayed in that cut, making sure nobody made their way through the middle of the map. I think that's really impressive team play coming out from LG, right decision making, and I think it's the thing that ends up winning them the map.
And it felt like the catalyst for that was Raph, right? Over the entirety with the shotgun. And we see it from the first player through Vent. We've seen one player push towards him. All right, okay, he's been dealt with a shotgun. And then another just sprinting in there with fists up, expecting to be able to do something. And I want to say it was arguably cockiness from the side of Gallerus to a certain degree at the start of that. But, I mean, who can blame them after the first 2 maps, I suppose? But you get caught lacking just a little bit if you're Gallerus, and Luminosity throw themselves back into the conversation of this series. Number 4 is going to be coming up in just a second. And we're going to be going over, I believe at least, to a Luminosity hardpoint here. Got to be feeling good heading into map number 4. And then that would force, obviously, a map number 5, which would be Gallerus' search and destroy pick in Kurahana. But again, for all that I did mention that Gallerus will remain confident in this series, whatever happens. Even if they have to go to a last map, they know they have it within them to dominate that search and destroy. It's all very well saying that, but how you would feel on the main stage is something different entirely.
Yeah, I mean, it's very different up there, ultimately, right? But still, I mean, for these guys, they've got to be feeling so happy on the main stage, right? I mean, LG, they're finally in the series now. They've got some momentum in their favor. They didn't just win that map, but they did so convincingly, and I think they can kind of now be feeling a lot more relaxed. As you said, you now going into a map which is yours. Hacienda Hardpoint is a strong map for Luminosity. It is their best hardpoint map from Season 5 of the Snapdragon Pro series. So we are potentially looking at, obviously, you know, given the fact that Luminosity have just won their control in Arsenal, a situation where we might go to a Game 5. Our first Game 5 of the day here in the quarterfinals. It would be awesome to see, but for LG, again, this is a totally different beast here in Gallerus.
Well, let's see if Gallerus can repurpose themselves after what was a dominant win for LG in map number 3. We have a quick break coming up before map number 4. We'll see on the other side.
All right, Beef Mommy here with Luminosity Gaming, North America's #1 team going into the World Championship. Again, how are you guys feeling going into Atlanta? Let's start with you, Cartels.
I'm excited to play, you know, especially Elevate and X-Rock that made it here.
You already name dropped a lot of teams then.
I didn't get to play them yet like that, so, you know, I'm excited to play those teams.
That's cool. How about you, Kings?
I'm neutral. No, just going in it, confident.
Simple. Jez?
Yeah, more excited than last year because I didn't play at all.
Oh, yeah. You getting ready for your redemption arc for this year?
Yeah, you can say something like that. Yeah. Stop laughing.
I'm feeling great. You know, we're really excited. We've been grinding. We're the #1 team in NA for a reason. So we're going in guns blazing. We're going to go. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
S-Thug.
I'm pretty excited to play all the teams overall. And it gives it like another opportunity to show yourself.
Of course. What do you think sets LG apart from the other NA teams?
You got me thinking now.
Oh, yeah?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Simple.
You got it.
It's simple as this. You know, Stage 4 MVP from last year, this guy is a prodigy, I'll be honest. In my honest opinion, the best AR in North America right here. Jez, 2022 World Champion for a reason. And
that is
probably the most talented, best player of all time in NA. I know it's a big take, but I genuinely think he is like one of the best of all time. And you
guess we're done here, baby.
I can definitely claim that. I think something that really
Yes,
makes this
sir.
is that, jokes aside, all 5
We're
of
done.
these players, myself included, have something to prove. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really don't care. Give me my character. I don't give a shit, bruh. I like it. Oh, I have to download the skin.
Same weight. That's the weight I'm at. 104. That's the same weight.
Nah, it's a clean looking skin.
I might do something. Exactly. That is what I will do. Yeah.
Download, bruh. Why is it so slow? Damn. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Got the character skin, finally. Where can I put it? Here. Sorry, you gotta go. You got to go. Uh-huh. I like it. Uh-huh. Smaller hitbox, you knows it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the 20th of November. Like, comment, subscribe, drop a follow and kick. Yeah, see you guys soon. Subscribe to second channel, more CB. Deuces.